Happy holidays, Mr. D. Nimmin. How you doing, my friend?
Happy holidays. I just want to say I look nothing like that animation. I'm a little bit insulted.
Neither do I. Since that animation, as you can tell, I've grown my beard a little bit longer, and apparently I put some balls in it.
You kind of look like
my beard.
An aged version of ZZ Top, Billy Gibbons, actually, from ZZ Top.
Give me all your loving. All your hugs and I've even got Puddles here has dressed up for the occasion. We are all dressed up for the occasion, so we're glad to do this. We weren't here. Ho ho ho! We missed our last stream for November because there was stuff going on. There were things happening. I don't want to point a finger, but okay. There was things happening. So we are here and we're really excited to do this because it feels like it's been a minute since we've done this, right?
It feels like forever since we've done this, and especially this whole Christmas theme.
Yeah, and the good thing is that we're flawless in our execution. So even if we're not here for a month, it's like we don't miss a beat. We come in completely prepared.
Yeah,
on time. Never having a graphic out of place or having to search for anything because we are consummate professionals.
That's right. So, Mr. Batal, would you like to tell our studio audience today what we are doing and how we are playing the game?
Absolutely. So today we are going to be doing the Streamyard Channel Reviews Live, where we pull contestants right out of the live chat. All you need to do is type the word that you see on screen as you see it right now into the chat just one time. One will do it. And we're going to use the Streamyard Giveaway tool to pull Streamyard Giveaway tool. It's tough to speak with this much hair in my mouth. I'm not quite used to it. To pull someone right from the chat and bring them up as a contestant. And what we do is we spin our holiday wheel of best practices, which is going to pick things that we're going to look at on your channel. Best 2 out of 3. If you win 2 out of 3, you'll move on to the final round. Or if you miss 2 out of 3 first, then we'll go on to the next contestant. But we've got extra prizes. We've got giveaways. It's going to be a good time today.
I love it. Listen, if you win, if you are the final champion, I suggest either A, getting the StreamYard hoodie. Mr. Batal, what do you think about the hoodie?
Love the hoodie. Also, I love right up there the mug. God, the mug is no joke. It is just. This mug is the kind of mug that literally all of your reindeer could take a bird bath in, or a reindeer bath, however that works. It's huge. Absolutely. It's wonderful. It's my favorite thing. Hoodie is comfortable. I love the hoodie. I love the mug.
Okay, so we have 50 people who have typed in the word StreamYard. And by the way, this word is going to continue to change, and I'm going to periodically just flash this word up on the screen. So if you see a word flash up on screen really quick, that's the next word. Excellent. So you can get a jump on it and type in the next word. So we'll get a few more people in here. Mr. Batal, who's on Timpani today? Are we even running the Timpani? What are we doing? Are we doing
We have Blitzen. Blitzen is here on Timpani today. Blitzen, give us a little Timpani roll. He's doing it all with his hooves. That's wonderful. Usually they use mallets. All hooves today.
That's impressive. Speaking of hooves, while we're getting a few more people to type in here, I have this bizarre obsession with watching YouTube shorts or TikTok videos where they have, I think they call them a farrier, where they take the hoofs off of cows and like they trim off the hooves of horses and cows and all of that. You seen that? They shave them. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't seen this. Seriously, you need a better hobby. I don't know what it is that you've been doing in the past 8 weeks since I've talked to you, but the description of what you've been doing really has me concerned.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, it's super satisfying. They just like trim down.
So what, they just trimmed out like that when they like take all the gunk off and they basically like a pedicure for your
bingo.
There you go. Got it.
Yeah. Hoof infections. You got it. Okay. You ready? It's a farrier. Nailed it. I nailed it.
A farrier.
I deserve a horse, Santa.
You too.
Bring me a horse, Santa.
We'll put that in your stocking. Let's spin this thing and let's get this thing started.
All right. Let's go.
And our first contestant. Am I too jingly? Is it me?
You're jingling a little bit. You know what you look like, actually? What? Ooh. Noctilon's campfire.
What do I look like?
Bell. You look like... It just dawned on me, and I'm going to put you full screen here.
Okay.
You look like if Captain Jack Sparrow dressed up to be Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho.
But why are the presents gone?
Whatever.
Yeah, from this moment forward, you are Captain Claus.
Captain Claus. All right,
You are Captain Claus.
I love
Captain Claus.
All right, let me find it. Get it. Wait, what was the name of the channel? I got so wrapped up in the Captain Claus moment that I forgot the name of the channel that just won.
It's going to be one of those shows, ladies and gentlemen.
It is.
Noctalons
Campfire. Cool. Hey, Campfire. That's kind of a festive time of year thing. We're all up for a little campfire. Noctalons Campfire. I have the channel. Now, if you have never been here before, which I would find very hard to believe, what we do is we pull this channel up and we are going to take a look at some of the best practices that YouTube has told us that are available to us to help grow a channel rapidly and see if actually your channel is employing these best practices. But we have this wonderful wheel that we spin, the holiday wheel, that has all sorts of prizes and things to look at that tells us what we're going to look at on your channel. So we're going to go ahead and spin this wheel. It will tell us what we'll be looking at today.
Let's check it out.
You're right, that image of you doesn't look much like you. I think you were less gray back in that time. I was less gray as well. All right, so we're looking at cards. Dee, can you tell the people here and in the replay what we mean by cards and how they can actually help you grow your channel more rapidly or effectively?
Absolutely, but before I get into that, I just want to say that wow, it's been a year, and we have I've grayed out quite a bit since you made that. So
yes,
that's
so have I.
Yeah, so I'm not aging very well, apparently. Okay, so the card, as you can see by the image on the screen up in the top right-hand corner, this is an opportunity, this is a tool, a feature that YouTube gives us to link out to a relevant video or playlist to drive the viewer to another piece of content. If you're not putting cards in, you are definitely missing out on some views. And we're going to get into all of this later because I know right now some of you are saying, well, we don't want people to really click away. Mr. Batal, why would someone want to not skip cards? Because the argument is, well, if I put them in, they're going to click away.
Sure.
You want to talk about the best practices on here?
I think that's a great question. I think a lot of the times what we try to talk to creators about is YouTube is a function-rich platform. There's all these different things that you can use. Some of them you can choose to use or choose not to use based on intentionality and strategy. When it comes to cards are the kind of thing that even YouTube tells us, hey, put those about 80% of the way or more through the video so that you're not distracting and sending people off of the video they're watching. Don't have something pop out and say, hey, leave this video, go watch something else. But near the end, when they're completing their watch cycle on that video, you know that the whole time someone's watching a video right on that watch page, YouTube's going to be recommending other content. It's your opportunity to get ahead of YouTube and say, hey, if you've been enjoying this video, I would really love if you would check out this other video. I think it might have value to you. And you can do the exact same thing that YouTube is doing, trying to push the viewer towards another piece of content. It's your stepping in and saying, I'd love you to watch another piece of content too. I would just prefer if it was one of mine.
That's right. Could you do that again in the voice of Captain Jack Sparrow, a.k.a.
So
Captain Claus?
what you want to do is make sure that you put a card.
You didn't tell me I have to practice. The
Not
Jack
bad.
Sparrow.
Not bad.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. So
why is the eggnog? Why is the eggnog gone?
There's not enough rum in this eggnog.
All right. Let's have a look.
I have a video pulled up. I pulled one that had 249 views. It was somewhat recent. It was a 7-minute and 33-second long video. And if it did have a card, it would be right up here in the upper right. And I am currently not seeing a card. So unfortunately, that is going to be, that's going to be the first strike. But the best thing is that you get best 2 out of 3. You're not out of the game yet. Think about putting a card up there, putting it, when you put cards up, everybody, YouTube has said, if you're going to put a card, put it near the end. Share the screen for 1 second, D. Put your card near the end. Put it 80% of the way through or more so that people who are enjoying this video, you're having that card pop up in the very last 20% or less so that it's being put in front of people who have already shown you they like the video they're watching and they are pre-qualified. You've actually said, hey, I'm going to only put it in front of people who have been enjoying this video and have gotten near the end. The click-through rate on cards on my channel is 41.7% because I put them very close to the end. very close to the end, right before the end screens pop up. So put them way back here, and they can be a great way to get a viewer to not just watch one of these other videos on the right that YouTube is suggesting that might be from another channel, but something that's actually from your own channel.
That's so interesting that they're recommending a members video in the sidebar.
Isn't it? Look at that, members only.
That's weird.
But who's this dude? Who is that guy? Hold on a second.
That's weird, though.
That is he's an odd fella. Who is this?
So
Mr.
weird.
Dee, Nimmin?
Like, that's just so bizarre. 2 years ago, we're going to put a members video. Yeah. Good job, YouTube.
You know what? It's viewer behavior. It's one of those things
That's
that YouTube is taking guesses based on what it knows about me, the viewer. And that's what you always want to remember, is that everybody who looks at YouTube sees something different. If all of you had gone to Noctalin's campfire video, the plans for 2022 for the channel, you would be served different things on the right based upon a number of factors. Your recent watch history, what other viewers have gone on to watch, what you've watched in the past, what other similar viewers to you have gone on to watch. So that's why we always want to leverage putting that card in the upper right, because we want to send out more traffic signals that'll help YouTube start recommending the content we want them to recommend, not other channels, and push them in another direction.
Could you open up one of your videos and show the strategy of how you're actually, because then you can change the titles and you can add the customization to the cards, because we have the homekeeping channel in here who's talking about my, I think she meant CTR is less than 1%. They do not click my cards.
Okay.
So you're obviously doing something right here. So maybe you can explain a little bit about how you get such a high. Let me go to the
content tab. Let's try one that had a good funnel to it. Let's see. Let me pull one up real quick. Give me a second. Here it is. So here was a video that I had made talking about. I think some of you guys might be familiar with this earlier in the beginning of the year.
Yep.
There was an issue with Filmora had changed their licensing strategy, their licensing policies, and a lot of people who had been using Filmora, I had been using Filmora. I had a conversation about it, and when it came time to decide to make this video, it did pretty well. It did a couple million views in 2 weeks. So that was pretty good. And over on the lower right here, you can see this is where you can add things like your end screens, your cards. I had to decide what I wanted to do for the card, and I built a series. And as I built that series out, if you click on cards, you will see that on this video that was about YouTube, who had decided to decline the usage of the platform to lifetime license holders. They decided to double down after they finally came out and said something. They basically said, nope, we're sticking to it. We're not going to change our mind. So I made another video saying, hey, they finally responded. They said, they've heard what we've said, and they refused to change their mind. So I added on this video for Filmora doubles down on lifetime license cancellations. I had the option to add the custom and teaser text, which is that little flag that pops out when you set when in the video you want it to pop out. And I didn't just use the name of the video. I used a custom text that says, oh my gosh, it gets worse, Filmora users, to grab them. Because when that popped out, I wanted them to see, oh my God, it gets worse, guys. And I put that, see that blue line? That's where it is in the video. It's way back here. That's where you actually set that. I can grab that and drag where the card will be, but I put it way near the end so that I could push people towards that next video that made sense in the storyline. All you got to do is set that, click save. I'm not going to change it at this point. And then when your video comes up, it'll always push that video. And an interesting thing is if you go to Filmora license, if you find that on YouTube, here's that video. Here is the video, right? And you can see in the upper right, there is a white dot telling you that there's a card that was going to pop out at some point. And if you click that card, here it is down here. They used to have it pop out up top, but down here it says, here's the next video. It's the Filmora doubles down on lifetime licenses. It was me holding a giant 12. If you could see that, I put that there, but look what the #1 recommended video in suggested was for me getting people to move from this video to the next video. It became that very same video, Filmora 12, the one I wanted people to go on and watch next. I actually influenced YouTube's behavior by getting enough people to click cards, end screens, link in the description, pinned comment, something we'll talk about as we move forward.
Do you want to go ahead and jump on that now? You want to just kind of, Yeah,
well, we
'cause
can.
we're
I
already
want to
talking
keep people.
about it.
I want to keep this moving. It's a holiday. I don't
All
want to
right.
give them too much.
All right.
Let's get people winning. Let's get people moving.
right.
We want to look at channels today, right?
All right. Well, you want to look at channels. I want to look at your stats.
Dude, I can barely look past my beard right now. All I hear is jingling and this hair in my nose and my eyes.
I love it.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me go back and find this channel. So where we were, that was one strike. Let's pull up the wheel again and let's see the next thing you get to look at that the wheel tells us to look at on this channel.
I don't know why, but I see people typing in Captain Claus in the chat, and it reminded me of Captain Chaos from the Cannonball Run with Dom DeLuise. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Cannonball Run.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my
Remember?
God. You know what I was thinking when you said that? I was thinking Captain Caveman.
Cannonball Run.
Cannonball
Run.
Chaos.
That
Was that
such
Dom
a good one.
DeLuise who played Captain Chaos?
That was Dom DeLuise. Yeah, Captain Chaos.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's spin this and let's look at something else. We're trying to give away stuff here today.
You're trying to give away stuff today.
Got my own agenda.
Captain Chaos. That was so good. Burt Reynolds.
I told you I was trying to give away stuff here today. Now, listen, you have hit the present mark, so my friend, you are able to pick anything you like from the Streamyard catalog of merchandise. What we will do is reach out to my channel manager, Megan at danielbatal.com. She will drop her email address into the chat. Reach out to her. She's going to confirm your identity to your channel, and she will send you a link to allow you to pick any single item from the fabulous Streamyard catalog of merchandise. Pick a mug. The mug is great. The hoodie is great. They have T-shirts. Puddles is always good. Puddles is good. This is a custom Puddles. This one, you have to have a special in to get the full Christmas Puddles. But anything you want from the Streamyard catalog of merchandise will be sent out to you. And that's our first giveaway of the day. I love it.
I don't have a Christmas Puddles.
Well,
I'm just putting that out
just
there.
saying, you got to know the right people.
I can hook you up with a Christmas Puddles.
There you go. Megan's on top of it.
I'm not going to do what you're going to ask me to do to get that. I am not going to defile myself once again to get a duck. I did that before. It didn't work out. All right, let's spin this again. Well, they just want a present. So do they advance? We're going to pull somebody else up? Or do we spin them again?
Tell me what we're doing here. They want a present.
Let's
do we
do
keep
another.
spinning?
Let's do another spin.
Another spin? You got it. Let's do that.
All
Well,
right.
we're all here to learn, right?
Yeah.
Let me find the old wheel. Okay, let's spin the smoke wagon.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
There we go.
What if he just wins all the prizes? Look at, oh my God! You get 2. That is 2. You have won 2 of the prizes from the Streamyard catalog merchandise. So now you have the ability to go in and get the hoodie and the mug all at the same time. You can pick 2, any 2 you want. That's amazing. D gets ducked.
Yeah. So I just want to say, first of all, I think the wheel's rigged.
I think
I'm just putting this out there. I think the wheel's been rigged.
Yep.
The wheel has been rigged.
Sure.
This is a farce. We need to do a complete recount in every state. And I just want to say that anytime, so after Leon's presentation at Vid Summit, and after he's got the course and all the security stuff, I was afraid to even click on his comment.
Yeah, you know why? Because
he was
like,
gonna
wait a
hack
minute,
me.
hold on. Do I have a DNS going?
Right. I think is everything like my VPN
do I have to
on?
make
Do I
sure
got, like, a
anytime
sandbox
Leron's
machine?
here,
Right.
he's like, all I know is I put his comment on screen. The next thing you know, my credit card was wiped out.
Totally.
Wait a minute. I think it is far too early in the game to have this many presents given away from the wheel. So I'm going to reach in. I'm going to call an audible. We're allowed to call audibles, right? I'm going to reach in and I am going to restore all slices on the wheel right now so that they're all new presents now on the wheel and we can start from scratch and we can keep moving on giving away as many prizes today as possible.
I told you it was rigged.
It's not rigged. It's Christmas.
It's rigged.
Come on, wait, hold on. Christmas break. Fun fact, in the short time the music was playing, Leron was able to get every one of your internet protocols. He's got your IDs, got your IP.
Yeah.
He's able to break into all of your accounts now. In that amount of time, that's how quickly he moves.
Yeah, yeah. Enjoy my private photos, Leon. You earned them.
I'll see you on OnlyFans. All right, so now we're starting from scratch. I think that we need to move to another contestant at this point. That was wonderful. But
Let's
one
go. He's
contestant
won
has
too much.
already won 2 prizes. We have barely just begun.
Yeah. Sorry, man. You've won too much.
Yeah, too much winning.
All right. Let's bring somebody else up. So,
Let's throw up a word there.
Captain
Claus. There we go. We do love Captain Claus. So listen, type the word Captain Claus calmly into the chat as we play some Christmas music for you. As you see it on the screen, Captain Claus, our favorite pirate captain of the holiday season. Hold on. Captain Claus is probably more naughty than nice, so we have to go this way.
Brian G, how you doing?
66. Cue the Carpenters. We've only just begun. Very true. 68. Can we get to 70?
There we go. Who is it you say is Rudolph? Or who's running the
Blitzen.
Timpani today?
Blitzen is running the
Blitzen.
Timpani today with nothing but
Blitzen.
hooves. So Blitzen, you ready to hit it?
Hit
He's
them
nodding
hooves,
yes.
baby.
Let's do this
Let's
thing.
go. Let's go. Get it, Blitzen. Tube Spanners in the house.
Tube Spanner in the house.
Yep, you know it. Bo Darvel, you got it.
AJ's Green Topics. AJ's Green Topics. All right, let me see if I can find this one. That's something I can type without making too many
AJ's
mistakes.
Green
AJ's
Topics.
Green
You are
Topics.
up.
I'm going to guess what this channel's about without saying it out loud. I'm hoping that's it.
Did you find it?
Yes, and the channel art is cracking me up. Yes, I have worms.
Oh, my God.
Yes, I have worms. Okay, AJ, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pull up the wheel, and we're going to let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at on your channel today. I like the naughty side better. I'm definitely more naughty than I am nice. Chat's choice. We get to throw it out to the all the wonderful lions here in the chat. This is what we're going to do. You guys take a peek at the wheel. Take a look at what's up here. Anything you tell us to look at on this channel. Featured content, featured link in the description, maybe cards, optimized playlist, optimized title, end screens, or if you wanted to give a present or advance this contestant to the final round. You can do any of the things you see here. You guys tell us. Let's throw it to the lions. Do we have lion sounds? Do we still have? Are they Christmas lions? There they are.
A little bit low.
There we go. They're more.
Thumbnails.
They're a more passive lion than they would be on other times of the year because they're holiday lions.
How about thumbnails? Let's do thumbnails.
Sure, let's
I like
do that.
it. Let's do
That sounds
thumbnails.
good.
Let's look at thumbnails.
Cool. I'm totally in with that.
All right.
So let me pull up here and we will move over. Let's move over to the videos tab. And let me take a peek at some of these thumbnails. Okay. Here's a recent one from 4 days ago. How to secure your worms. There's a lot of innuendo right there.
Yeah. I would put a worm in there. That's just me.
Hungry worm bin. Goodbye flying insects. I don't know what that. There's some giant thing stuck to a wall, I think. Look for these features. So what you're looking at here is if you saw these thumbnails, would you understand what this video is about? Would it compel you to click? Do you think you have a good understanding of these effective thumbnails to get you to stop? Go, oh man, I totally want to watch that video. Common methods. 4 common methods with leaves. This will keep them warm. There seems to be a worm with a hat because it's that time of year. We don't want any worms going freezing throughout the winter.
Your worms have to have caps.
Corny situation for worms. I'm definitely feeling the worm repetitive vibe. Feed me. What do you guys think out there? Do you have any idea? If you saw this, would you understand what the channel's about, what the video's about, what to expect from the video, why you would want to click? Is there something you're learning here? Is there some bit of entertainment? Is there something in here that you see these thumbnails and you go, oh man, that just calls my name? What do we got going on here?
Yeah, okay. I'm obviously not his target audience, but I'm just going to put my 2 cents here.
Oh,
not a target audience.
Short.
I mean, I've had worms. Took some pills, got rid of them.
Remember that time you kept scooting your butt across the carpet and I had to keep reprimanding you? That was terrible.
I was trying. Yeah, that's what Megan's got me on with the whole defile thing. I'm not going to do the worm thing again.
Bad D. No D. No. Stop scooting.
But just at a glance, we just like made people throw up in the chat. Apologies. As at a glance here, Leon, there's cream for that D. Yeah, I know. It's like at a glance, I'm not really sure what's going on.
I don't. I'm seeing a lot of, you know what it is for me, and I'm going to let the chat make their choice. For me, sometimes it's that you run the risk of being too clever, making two mistakes. One, either just stuffing your title into the thumbnail, and then the thumbnail isn't really a thumbnail. It's just a big bright color with the same title stuffed in it, which isn't really compelling because you're forcing the viewer to read instead of seeing an image that would actually stop them in their tracks and go, what the heck is that? Or the image sometimes becomes too clever, and in that cleverness, you go, I don't understand. Is this a food channel? Hungry worm? Yeah. I don't, you know what I mean? A little too clever for its own good instead of being easy to understand.
The only thumbnail that even gives me an idea of what might be going on is the one with the actual worm in it.
The one that says, this will keep them warm?
Yeah. But I still don't know the context. So, like, here's the thing. When you're putting a thumbnail together, you don't want to be too clever, and you don't want your audience to have to think. You never want the viewer to have to pause and think, well, I wonder what this is about. Because if they're scrolling by and all of, like, your thumbnails in the middle of all these other thumbnails of the things that they're interested in, they're not going to pause to try to figure out what it's about. They need to know in an instant either what it's about, or you need to pique their curiosity really quick. Yeah. You need to give them to click. I give them a reason to click.
And I actually like this thumbnail.
That one,
Because I see the hand and the glove and the worms and the dirt. I feel like I see this image and I go, oh, wait a minute. It looks like he's like raising worms for like bait or whatever he's using them for, or compost or whatever the thing is that he might be using, or maybe he's using them to do a compost thing. I don't know, but it looks like human raising, like in a contained environment, raising worms.
Show me your worms.
Show me your worms.
Show me your worms.
Exactly what the doctor said to D. Show me your worms.
Shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a great stream. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next month when we will not be discussing worms.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so for me, what did the chat say? What does the chat seem to think? Yes, no, maybe, kind of? What do they say?
There's a lot of confusion in here. Apple Creek says it's about a worm compost bin. And if that's what the channel is about composting, I'm not seeing the composting. I'm not seeing it.
We did throw it to the chat. Did the chat see it as understandable?
Not really.
All right. So unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to pass on that one. But that's okay. That's only first try up. That's why we have an amazing 2 out of 3 beginning of the game here. When we get to spin the wheel again, it'll tell us what to look at next, and maybe this time you'll get it right.
Show me your worms.
Show me your worms. Show me your worms.
Hey, Luigi.
That sounds like a game show title.
Luigi.
Hey, welcome to Show Me Your Worms.
Yes.
It's pretty simple to win. Just show me your worms.
Welcome to the
optimized channel art.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. I will say that the channel art on this was pretty funny. So
yes, I have worms. But
yes.
Give me context. I have worms. I mean, so does my dog. What about worms?
Well, you're right. Yes, I have worms. I'm wondering if does it scream the idea of creating compost, using worms to create that sort of compost pile and to have a greener, healthier environment and being able to be more self-sufficient. And it just sort of says, this guy kind of pointing up, but kind of can't see his finger. Yes, I have worms.
And I'd love to see something about composting, or tell me what.
Does this fall into that same category of being too clever for its own good?
Yes. I love that I have worms, but I would love this, instead of weekly uploads, give me a little sentence or something to tell me like what's going on with your worms. Like,
right.
Intestinal worms,
creating a self-sufficient home environment, whatever the thing is. Like, I want the other part of that, right? The thing where I want to go, like, creating home compostable units, whatever the thing is, like that thing. Like, what's the thing? Like, if I always say this, people in the chat, people in the replay, the pieces of the puzzle that you're building here should make sense out of context. If someone just sees your channel art, will they understand what this channel is about and why they would want to watch? Or is it so clever that it's hard to understand? We should be using a lot of the same ideas that we see in advertising or in magazines when we're trying to, when products are trying to connect with us. Do they make it easy for us to understand who the target audience is and what the value is in it for them, so that they can quickly connect and go, oh, this is awesome. I've been thinking about creating some kind of home compostable system, and I don't know how to do it, and I'm looking for some help. So just saying, yes, I have worms, does that scream to the person, oh, are you looking to create, you know, like a more self-sufficient environment at home where you can actually have composting systems utilizing worms? I don't know. I think it's on the, I'm having a tough time with this one.
Yeah, and okay, I'm going to two things here. One with the channel art, exactly what you said. I don't think you need to put yourself 3 times in there.
Yeah.
Put yourself in there once. Like if you're going to put anything in there, put a bunch of worms in there, or maybe put pictures of your composting piles, or your little, something to where even if I didn't read the text, I could see the imagery and go, oh yeah, I got it.
Do you know what? Do you know why I get to be? I'm kind of a stickler on channel art, and I don't think channel art in and of itself will make or break a channel. Like if you've got great content, it's not like, oh my God, your channel art was bad. Oh, your channel's gonna fail.
Right.
Or oh my God, your channel is horrible. Like your videos suck, but you got great channel art. Oh, don't worry, you're gonna be great. It's never that. The reason I love channel art and I get picky about channel art is it shows me whether the creator truly understands what their channel's about, who the target audience is, and why they would watch. Because if they can encapsulate that in their channel art, that shows me that they've got a really good handle on who they're talking to and what the pain points and trigger points of that target audience is. And I'm not seeing it in this channel art. And when I open up the About tab and I start reading and go, well, this is where he can really explain to me what the value of the channel is. I raise red wigglers, blue worms, and European night crawlers. Cool. What's in it for me?
They raise worms.
Raise worms.
We didn't even know.
These amazing creatures are able to help reduce, recycle, and reuse a majority of my food waste. If you're interested in learning the ways to a successful worm bin and reducing food waste, then please subscribe. So it's all about raising worms to reduce your food waste. It's making a lower carbon footprint or living a more green lifestyle by being able to use worms to reduce your own food waste, right? That's being put out into the trash bins and trash receptacles out there. That's what's missing. Yep. That's the part that I wanted. I wanted you to explain to us, listen, hey, you can actually reduce your own amount of food waste by raising worms and creating compost that you can actually use to grow more food. You can have better soil for if you want to grow gardens at home. None of that is mentioned to me up here. Just says, yes, I have worms. Yeah. There's no, the background is green. I'm only seeing a little bit of worms, and I'm not getting that connection that really explains who the target audience is. People who would be interested in the idea of reducing their own amount of food waste by utilizing worm bins and actually, creating, their own worm bins and growing worms, or what is it? Growing worms, raising worms,
worms,
taking care of, sending to college, putting them on the right path for their future. That thing I want to see, right? Raise worms, reduce waste, right? I love that. How about raise worms, reduce waste? Or reduce waste by raising worms. Any of those combinations, wonderful. Like now I get it. That was 4 words that was suggested from the chat, and now I understand. It said worms, it said reduce waste, and now I'm intrigued. I'm like, well, I would like to reduce the amount of waste I put out there, food waste. Reduce food waste, reduce your own food waste by raising worms, whatever the thing is. Now I'm in. So just think about trying to make that a little more clear. For me, that's going to be a second strike.
Yeah. And one more thing, if your entire channel is about raising worms to reduce waste, I would consider a channel name change. Because AJ's Green Topics, I had no idea coming in. Now, that's not going to make or break your channel, but all of this is just about your packaging, your overall packaging. And like AJ's Green Topics, if you're talking about a bunch of different topics, it's fine. But if you're just focusing on worms, I would definitely try to come up with a name that has something worms in the title.
Yeah.
Just, 2 cents thrown in there.
Yeah, I think anything that helps the viewer more easily understand out of context. Everyone in the chat, everyone watching in the replay, raise worms, save the humans. There we go. I guess so. I don't know if it potentially could save humans. I guess I would always say to you guys, listen, think about going up to somebody and saying, close your eyes, and I'm going to give you some hints what this channel's about. And if you can get it from the hints that I'm giving you, then this channel is definitely on cue. If you said AJ's green topics, well, maybe they'll get green. Maybe that means green living, maybe, or is that a little unclear? That if it can be made more clear, think about making it more clear.
At a glance.
What's that?
Green topics. I mean, that could be about money. It could be about gardening. It could
solar.
Be about
it could be
cannabis,
about wind. It could,
solar.
anything. It could be anything. And I don't think that's what this is, because green topics is so broad. I would rather have it stick to exactly what he said in the second sentence of his channel. First sentence, I raised red wigglers, blue worms, and European night crawlers. Had I just stopped there, I thought this was a bait channel. Thought it was a bait channel. Thought it was for fishing. Yeah. When I get to the second sentence, these amazing creatures are able to help reduce, recycle, and reduce the majority of my food waste. So there's the value prop. Reduce, recycle, and reuse the majority of your food waste through using worms, by raising worms. That's your value prop. Showing people how to reduce, recycle, and reuse a majority of their food waste by raising worms. Value prop, and that's the whole thing. And everything should scream that. Everything out of context should scream that value prop and make it easy for the viewer to understand that the very first time they see a thumbnail, the very first time they see a video title, whenever they see your channel art, it should talk about that whole reduce, recycle, reuse your own food waste by raising worms. Period. Get that dialed in and you'll win.
And we have questions in the chat. You know, are they composting? Are you raising worms to compost? And I believe you are. So if so, you might want to consider putting that keyword in there, composting.
Yep.
Because you can't get too clever with that. And I also love the yes, I have worms. But, you know, what if you wrote text, you know, a quick little value proposition, and then yes, I have worms is like a little cartoon bubble coming out of your head, right? Like like I have worms. But then you're giving your value proposition.
It's like that thing, right? Like it's there to kind of like it's clever. Yes, I have worms. Like, whoa, what do you mean you have worms? Like, do you have like, you know, like, are you sick? But it doesn't. But then it doesn't follow through with after it captures my attention to help explain exactly what that means and why you know the clever part is missing. It's the inside joke for people who are already into raising worms, as opposed to making it easy for the new viewer who doesn't know you to understand what your content's about.
So this is an interesting question from Ramona. She says, or he says, focus on the compost, not the, focus on the compost, not the worms. So then the question I'm asking you, is this mostly about composting, or does every video talk about worms?
If I were to guess, and I'm just guessing because we're in the same space right here. Yeah. I'm guessing it's utilizing worms to compost. So I think it's a combination of the two. And if that's true, then I see the worm part. I don't see the compost part. So I wouldn't focus on the compost over the worms. I would focus on them together to make it easy. Like, hey, you can actually create compost bins making worm bins. Build worm bins to compost your food waste. That is what this channel's about.
Now, AJ, look at all the confusion that just happened around your channel between the two of us and between everyone in the chat. Right? Like, so everybody was trying to figure out what was going on at the same time. Yeah. And I think you've got some really good ideas. Only you know what you're trying to do on your channel. So go through the chat, look at what people were saying, listen to what Daniel was saying, and let's see what Daniel's going to pull up.
Can I just show you real quickly here? Sometimes I like to let YouTube teach me things. So I typed in the word worm bins, and that came up the very top, set number 2 most search term on YouTube is worm bins for composting, putting those two things together. And then when I see that, I'm like, worm bins for composting. And when I click on it, I start seeing all of these images of, you know, of the sort of like the bins, the earth, the hands, like this is all of the kind of things that start showing build your own worm bin, hands in the number one, the very top video up here that I'm seeing is a bunch of hands inside of a bin with a bunch of worms. 960,000 views from 4 years ago. Homestead and Chilled. It's how to create and maintain a simple worm bin. If I read that, I would go, I guess I get what that is. How to create and maintain a simple worm bin. And then I would be, if I was into that whole thing, I'm down the rabbit hole. Look at this one right here from 4 years ago. It's worm composting, how to make a wormery, and all the worms. It's a good close-up of all those worms. Here's got 536,000 views. What's interesting is these are all these high-performing videos 2 years ago, 4 years ago. You've got an open lane, my friend. One thing that we do know, YouTube prizes fresh content, and it's not fresh content that is being served up in search for the results. 5 years ago, 4 years ago, there is an open lane to beat these videos by creating something that will really connect today. Build something fresh, make sure you're on the mark.
Yep.
Holidays, type that in, my friends.
Man, we just went down the wormhole there.
Ho, ho, ho.
That was funny.
Yeah.
We did go down the wormhole. That's good.
We did go down the wormhole. Yeah. That was all right, I'll see
That's how we
myself
roll.
out.
What do we got here? 35 people. Type the word holidays into the chat. We are going to spin the wheel and move on to the next channel. Yeah, we spent enough time there. I think that that's could be a very cool channel if he gets that thing locked into what it could be.
It's
Mr.
packaging.
AJ.
It's packaging. It's packaging and clarity. Yeah, packaging and clarity.
One thing my mentor, Brian G. Johnson, taught me is make it easy for the viewer to understand. That's all you got to do. Make it easy for them to understand, then to deliver on the promise. Do those two things, and you'll win every time.
There is a worm here. There's a worm emoji. I didn't know that.
There is?
He just said, look at this. He said, thank you, host and chat, and there's like a worm.
There you go. He's good.
What?
He is good. He knows all
On
things
brand.
worms. When you want to learn about worms, AJ's your guy. Even when
That's
it's
right.
worm emojis.
That's right.
All right, let's spin this thing, shall we?
Be the worm guy.
Be the worm.
known as the worm guy.
The worm guy.
Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Blitz, is it Blitzen? Who is it?
Blitzen, tapping away with those hooves.
Get them hooves going.
Ariana's Vintage Life. Okay, Ariana. Everything in A today. We're in the A section of
like
YouTube
the sound
today.
of it. I like the sound of it.
I would like to think I would know what this channel is about based on the name,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't say that I will. Here is the channel. I think I have found it. Yes, that is correct. But as always, we are going to pull up the wheel and let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at. Consistent uploads. D, can you please explain to the people in chat and in the replay what we mean by consistent uploads and how those can actually help you grow your channel?
I was thinking about this on the way over here today when I was driving into the studio, and I thought that I'm completely not qualified to talk about consistent uploads. So I'm passing that to you.
The people.
I'm passing that to you.
What's the problem with inconsistent uploads, Mr. D? What happens to a channel when you are not consistent in the upload schedule?
What happens to a channel if you are not consistent to the upload schedule? Now, I want to say this. If you're a channel that knocks a home run every single time you come to bat, Mark Rober.
Oh, please
that sort of
stop.
Thing.
Once a month. Flattering me that way.
Once a month, right. Once a month, you hit a home run. You just got massive videos. That's fine because, those views come in. But when you have a channel and you're not uploading regularly, like Daniel said, YouTube loves fresh content. YouTube loves fresh content. YouTube wants to see people interacting with your channel. Those are all positive signals being sent to YouTube. And when that's not happening, when those positive signals are not going out, when the engagement's not happening, you're not getting the watch time, things slowly start to taper off. Brian G. Johnson, he's back on the horse. He's kind of gone through the same thing, trying to jumpstart his channel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you want to make sure. And again, we're not looking for you got to upload every Monday at 8 p.m. We're just looking for some level of consistency with your uploads.
Can I just say that watching Brian kind of moved away, and he had a great video out last week.
Yeah, he's crushing
10 days
it.
ago.
He's absolutely
he totally
killing it.
explained like where he's been and what he's been up to, and he's one of my heroes.
Yeah.
and like bringing his channel that literally he hasn't posted to in any sufficient manner in years, and now bringing it back. People say you can't recover a channel once you kind of left it there and haven't spent time on it. Now he's right back and trying to prove to people that you can actually take a channel and bring it back, even if you haven't published to it in a while. It is awesome to watch. It is absolutely awesome to watch. I love it. I love it. I'm enthralled by it. I'm like, I want to see. I'm watching, not only watching his videos because I love his videos, but I'm watching the numbers and watching the growth trajectory and when he's publishing and how he's engaging and the kind of content he's making, because I think that's such a... I think it's one of those things that a lot of people sometimes get discouraged when they maybe things have happened in their lives where they have to step away from their channels and they think, I'm done, I can never come back. And Brian's out there proving that you absolutely can come back if you have a great strategy to do it.
Yeah, I'm watching him. It's inspiring me, right? I have to get back on the horse myself, and I'm watching him. I'm doing the same thing, man. I'm watching it. I'm watching. Get back on the reindeer. Get back on the sleigh.
There you go.
Right. I'm watching. Same thing. I'm watching the numbers go up, and I'm watching the consistency, and I'm like, he's going to do it. He's going to completely, jumpstart this channel. So it can be done.
So here we are. Now were we looking at thumbnails? Was that correct? Am I making this up?
That was correct.
Okay. Okay. So here are some of the thumbnails. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different people and the word 1950s fashions on it. Beauty secrets, and then 2 people, 2 faces on it. I'm assuming, is this her? Maybe this is her. I'm going to guess that this is her. Is this Ariana? Because I'm going to guess that looks like, I would look that quickly. I was like, is that Marilyn Monroe? Is it a vintage 60s, movie star? But I'm looking and I'm seeing a very similar face that keeps coming up. So this might be her.
Oh, no, consistent uploads.
Oh, well, I'm just making stuff up apparently. Well, let's look at consistent uploads then. Let's look at latest.
Yeah.
5 days ago. 2 weeks ago.
You said you weren't feeling well.
3 weeks ago. Man, she looks
enough
like
eggnog, Dan.
I got to lay off the eggnog. It's been too much. 3 weeks ago. I think these are consistent. A month ago, 2 months ago, 2 months ago. It looks like there's a lot of stuff coming up. So in terms of publishing consistently, I think her thumbnails are great.
Yeah. In regards to the upload consistency, doing a great job. Thumbnails, I just want to say a little personal note. I love that vintage font that you're using for like the beauty secrets.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit fancier than what I would usually use, but I think it totally works with what you're doing.
I love the font and I love the look that she's going for in these thumbnails too. I wish she would just nail it down to one image. I think there's too many. There's too many. My eyes are they're getting pulled in too many directions. This one better. I wonder how this one did. One glamour that did 1,100 views, 231 views. Yeah, see the ones where she gets it now. Not that we're here to talk about thumbnails for her, but when she really gets it dialed in to a certain look and really close, it's not a bunch of things that pull my eyes in a bunch of ways. The views start popping up. So think about that. Make it easier for the viewer to understand. But consistency, definitely 100%. You actually you crushed it.
Ho, ho, ho.
All right, what's the next thing we're going to look at on this channel? Let's pull up the wheel. All right, spin that.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
I will. Let's see what happens. Please don't be cool. I'm still jingling.
2 buddies in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
2 buddy. Is that our friend? Well, hold on a second. Look at that, another present. We're giving away presents today. So you get to pick any particular single item from the StreamYard catalog of merchandise. Make sure you contact Megan at danielbatal.com. She will leave, my channel manager, Megan, will leave her email inside of the chat. You can come back and pick it up later in case you can't write it down right now. And just reach out. She will confirm your identity and that this is, in fact, your channel. And then she will give you a link where you can go pick any single item that you want from the wonderful StreamYard catalog of merchandise. And I know we keep mentioning it, but the mug.
Daniel, I've got to say here, so 2 buddy came in and they said, love us some StreamYard, and this is the important part, and nobody does this better than Daniel and Dee.
Well, you know what? We are humbled by such a wonderful comment. We appreciate it.
We are humbled. It makes me think about that scene out of Breaking Bad where he's like, say my name. I don't know, man. He's like, yeah, you do. Say my name. You're Daniel. Say my name.
Say
God, what a great show that was.
That sure was.
Yeah, if you ever want to see like a master class in editing, man, dude, Breaking Bad and just fantastic. Especially some of the later seasons. Hey, Andrew Can's in the house.
Mr. Andrew Can, good to see you, my friend. Do you do the same thing I do? I cannot watch television, Netflix, or movies without acknowledging in my brain, like, oh, I just saw that. How did they do that edit? How did they do the transition? How did they do what? Did they stay on that character when they switched? Was it a J cut or was it an L cut? Did they stay on that audio and then went to the next one, or how did they? Was it just a straight cut or did it dissolve to it? I get down the rabbit hole. I'm like, it's so hard for me to just sit back and enjoy a movie or a television show. Because even as much as I love them, I'm micro-analyzing and learning from them. Like, why do I love this so much? What are they doing? How's the pacing? What's the audio? Are they using music in the background? What are the sound effects? How are they building this up? How long did they hang on a shot before they came back to the responding shot? Like, I get wacky. Like wacky about it, like trying to micro-analyze what other creators in spaces other than YouTube do to bring me down the rabbit hole of watching whatever their content might be, whatever movie or television show or series they're building.
The thing that sucks me in are continuous shots. Long continuous shots, because I watch it and I'll I elbow my girlfriend. I'm like, look, they've been going for 15 seconds and they're running through this. But now, I mean, they do cuts in there. They hide cuts by, movement going in front. But I'm like watching for cuts and that's where it was. That's where they cut. Go back and rewind that. And she's like, stop it. Like, I want to see where they cut. Yeah.
Honey, the cuts. It's all about the cuts.
Yeah.
All right, wait a minute. We have to pull another channel up now, don't we? Or are we still on the same channel?
No,
Where am I at?
We've got one more with her.
Forgive me. I don't know what I'm doing. This is why I have you around. Someone to make sure that we're on track here during the holiday season. Too much eggnog, like Megan said.
Yeah, John Wick's continuous shots are awesome.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
Crazy. Oh, my God. Is that another present?
No way.
No, it's end screens this time. So end screens. D, we talked about this briefly, but why are end screens important to helping a creator grow their channel more effectively?
Right. So end screens or outros, as someone or some people actually call them, it's just like cards. It is another opportunity to lead people on to another video or playlist. It goes at the end of your video, at the very end of your video. You definitely want to be putting end screens. If you don't have anything else, but you've got end screens,
just do that.
Just do that.
Just if you're gonna misfire on every cylinder, let the one cylinder that fires is the end screen. Get that one.
It's the end screen, right?
That's so important. It's such an easy win because they're giant advertisements for your up next video. So let's go to her channel. Latest. Let me find one that drove a bunch of views. This one that I pointed out I thought was really good. Let's make sure at the end. Look at that. Look at how she's totally dressed.
Love that.
Time period correct. I love this. It's a very cool channel. Let me go to the end. And when you get to the end, I want to see, as this video ends, make sure I got no audio playing, that she goes on and uses an end screen.
StreamYard's in the house.
No, really?
No!
No! Oh.
You had one cylinder to fire on.
And you missed it. You had time to see the mechanic.
What? Well,
You've listen, D, take this one.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Enlarge that again. Enlarge that ending right there. Right. So what happens here is if you have viewers that make it to the end of your video, they like the video, they like you as a creator, they're interested, and they are more likely to click on that end screen and go on to watch another video. But watch what happens because you don't put an end screen. Go ahead and play at the end.
Boom. Look at what YouTube's recommending.
Right.
Up next. Videos that have nothing to do with you. They're pushing towards my other interests.
Right. So YouTube doesn't care if the viewer goes on to watch your video or watches another video on the platform, but you should care. If you have the right end screen or end screens at the end of your video, you're going to get the watch time. You're going to get the engagement. You're going to get all the positive signals being sent back to YouTube. And all of those signals go back to YouTube where YouTube says, okay, this viewer watched this video and they went on to watch another video. And all of that's going to increase the likelihood that YouTube is going to keep recommending your content to that viewer. It's all data signals going back. But what's happening now is they're going off to watch other people's videos when it ends. You're missing out on
I'm going to cut
huge
in for 1
opportunities
second.
here.
Yes, go ahead.
She left a comment saying that YouTube didn't let her put an end screen because of the size, and she doesn't know why.
Untrue. That is untrue. So if you build videos, hold on a second. This is a widescreen video. This is a 2-to-1 video. I'm looking at the screen size I'm looking at. And she is right back in the day. If you do a widescreen video, see how this has black lines above and below? When I go full screen, you can see, if I go full screen, see how it has that black above and below? If you exceed a 2-to-1, it sometimes can be problematic. Now, think about that, because Peter McKinnon uses the same. He uses a cinematic aspect ratio. I believe they've adjusted that. When is the date of this one? There are some that if it's beyond a certain aspect ratio, that they won't let you put an end screen on. If that is, and if you're just showing someone how to sew, stop using that aspect ratio. It is so much more important. Is it more important to have a cinematic sewing tutorial? I mean, what are we doing here? This is where I really want, I'm not picking on you, but I'm going to lean into intentionality. You are right that some of the widest aspect ratios have in the past had issues with YouTube allowing us to add end screens. But if you're doing a tutorial on how to sew a robe, then don't use that aspect ratio. You know, get it down to 2-to-1. 2-to-1 is still cinematic, but you can add anything you want. And if you're sacrificing end screens, which is the thing that's going to push them towards more of your content, which channels do YouTube, which ones do they favor? Ones that get people watching and keep them watching? She says she's doing 16 by 9. You can still do 2-to-1. You can still do cinematic. But if you're going to go super wide, I had that with one of mine. I went super wide. I think 21 by 9 they were giving issues with. But 2-to-1, you can still do cinematic. Try to make sure that you're intentional in your choices. So don't make a choice about being cinematic that now, why did you go cinematic? Well, because I thought it would be cool. Well, now you can't recommend another piece of content at the end under certain circumstances on desktop. So make sure you're always thinking that through, that you're always making intentional choices that will grow your channel. That's exactly what we try to encourage you to do here.
Okay, so let's give her a pass on this one.
I will.
Let's give her a pass on this one, because it's kind of a technicality.
It is a weird technicality you don't run into. I found that out the hard way on one video when I went ultra wide. And they changed that. They now let us do it, but it was like, it took me 6 months to be able to put that end screen in, but I won't ask questions. I'm going to spin again. Let's look at something else.
Yep.
You don't need to spin again. That was her second one, and she is now in the final wheel.
But the drums are going. Fine.
Blitzen.
Host choice. My choice is she shall go on to the final round.
There you go.
Wait, is that the first person that's in the final round? Because everyone keeps just winning prizes along the way?
It is.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, it's rigged.
Let me.
If you're watching this right now on the replay, or you're in the live chat right now, and you're thinking, "I think this is rigged."
Totally,
it's absolutely rigged.
We're just making this up as we go along.
Totally rigged.
All right.
Okay, so
let me get her into the final round.
Yep. So the word to type in right now, if you have not done so already, is the word thumbnails. Exactly the way you see it. And I've seen some people come in here and they're saying, "How do I get my channel reviewed?" We are using the Streamyard free giveaway tool to randomize winners out of the chat. We tell you what word to type in. You type in the word. The Streamyard giveaway tool randomizes it. It spins around and it chooses a winner. And then we pull up your channel. And we have another wheel that chooses what we look at on your channel.
Cool.
Everything is randomized.
All right. So while they're typing that in, I think this is the perfect time that I think that you and I should take this opportunity to exchange gifts as we do every season. And I bought you something special, my friend.
Oh, I just got you worms.
Don't tell me what you got. I want to unwrap it.
Okay, okay.
I got you an official Mr. Beast chocolate bar. Now, I have to disclaimer, I did get this from VidSummit a year and a half ago, and I don't know what the expiration date is.
Okay.
It might be a little chalky, but it is it is a YouTube endorsed product from a fellow YouTube content creator and for you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Do I email this to you? How do I get this to you? Throw it hard and hope it lands? Carrier pigeon?
Carrier, yeah. Or duck. Give it to Blitzen.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Puddles and see if Puddles can fly it out to you.
Yeah. I didn't know we were doing gifts, but I kind of got you a little foam top to go in your microphone.
Did you?
To kind of get rid of the plosives and everything, kind of slide it on the top there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, look at that.
I do have plosives every now and then.
Yeah.
I spit on my mic and I get plosives.
Yeah. So, yeah, happy holidays to you, buddy.
Right back at you.
Yeah.
What are we at? Let's spin this wheel, shall we? Thumbnails. 83, let's do this thing. You ready, Blitzen?
Let's
Close
do
to
it.
flying.
Have you actually had any of those chocolate bars yet?
Oh my God, yeah. I'll just say that he's a great. When it comes to making chocolate, Mr. Beast is a fantastic YouTuber.
Oh my goodness!
Sometimes you want to stay in your lane. I appreciate the fact that he's out there making his mark on the world, but he may have made his mark on my colon with that first chocolate bar, right? Joellen and Joe. I actually know these guys who have been. Oh, I could tell you stories about Joellen and Joe. I'm just gonna say, let's just pull up their channel and see where we're at.
So Streamyard says we bought all of you, Dee and Daniel, as a gift. Wait, what?
Well, here we
Hold
go.
on. We bought all of you, Dee and Daniel, as a gift. Hold on. So we need to work on
We are your gift.
We need to work on sentence structure here because I'm feeling a little exploited at the
We
moment.
brought all of you Dee and Daniel as a gift. That was what they brought you. Now,
Yeah, okay.
no returns for Dee, but you can exchange Daniel with Megan. That's really, you know what? I don't want to say that that's insulting, but it is kind of insulting because Megan is a better person than me. But I would like to think, given enough time and space, I can improve as a human, and I could be that good gift. Stop throwing me under the bus. Joe and Joelle.
No refunds on me. Okay, did you find it?
Yes, I know this channel well. They are consultation clients of mine. They've been wrestling with invalid traffic issues.
Oh no.
It's one of those. It's one of those. But in the meantime, we've been working on trying to, while we solve the invalid traffic issues on their channel, which drives me crazy, we've been trying to make sure that we take what they are building and bring it into focus. So let's fingers crossed in the short time that we've been working together, you guys, Joe and Joellen, counting on you to do the right thing. So this is the channel, but as always, I don't get to choose what we're going to look at here. We have a wheel that's going to say, hey, did you do the thing? Did you do the do? So let's spin the wheel and see what we're going to look at.
Yeah, I just love the channel art. Like, even if they didn't have it, they just got the map and the passport little holders. It's just like, oh, it's a travel channel.
Well, you know what? Sometimes the world works in all of our favors. Advance, you are moving forward to the final round and the final wheel spin for the to win a fabulous gift from the StreamYard catalog of merchandise. But as always, Dee, we always try to give one little tip and see how this is one of my consultation clients who's new. I've just been working with them. Why don't you take a peek and tell me anything that you see that you think they could be doing better, that they might want to improve upon? Anything in here that you think they could be working on to improve this channel?
Vacation, airport security check, Belize travel tips, Las Vegas COVID lockdown, Belize shorts. Go back up.
Yep.
How many videos do they have?
335 videos.
Okay, so the first thing I would tell you is scroll down again. It looks like they don't have a lot filled out.
Nope.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, so yeah, my advice to you, and you're in good hands with Mr. Batal there, is to fill out, fully optimize your home page here with great playlists. You know, if you're traveling all over, maybe you have an entire playlist for Belize. Maybe you have an entire playlist for Las Vegas. Maybe you have an entire playlist for tips and tricks on how to travel better or through the airport. All right, maybe have multiple videos on how you can travel through the airport more efficiently. So think about getting your playlist together if you don't already, and then optimize them on your homepage. That would be my tip.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's one of the things that we've talked about, and I always give people time and credit because, you know, it's hard after I get through running them through a consultation. It takes, I tell them it's going to take you 90 days to catch everything up from everything I just taught you to do. But I like that Dee found the exact same thing that I found when we talked, is I think your channel art you've improved. I think Don't Wait to Wander. I like the idea. That was the whole thing of showing people that the whole idea of this channel is it is a travel channel from a couple who are trying to show people not to work their whole lives and then finally at 75 years old decide to start booking trips to go explore the world. Do it while you're out there. Do it while you're young. Get out there, explore, and find time, make time to go out and travel. But exactly true, all of those things. This is your storefront. This is your chance to bring all of those videos and get them right onto your homepage so someone who lands here like we just did can easily understand all of these wonderful playlists and things that should be optimized for the viewer. So listen to Dee. He's smart on this one. He definitely spotted something I think that you can improve upon.
Yeah, especially if you have over 300 videos. You have a huge library. So get them all pulled together and organize them for the people who are coming to your channel. Just perfect example, like say I want to learn about belief. Now, do you have playlists? Click on their playlist.
There are playlists in here, something they're working on. We talked about this. Travels through Milan, Venice, Tuscany, and Rome. Traveling from Valencia, Spain, down through Marbella, Spain. 333 days in Europe in 2022.
Okay, get those on your homepage.
Yeah.
Get those on your homepage.
15 wineries in 5 days. They definitely have content here that's slowly getting worked into. Let's get that in front of people. Get those travels. Don't wait to wander. Show them 15 wineries in 15 days is wonderful. I want to see that. I want to see that happen right on the homepage.
Another thing, since you're at that stage where you're really trying to build up momentum, go back to the playlist again.
You got it.
For the playlist that you put on your homepage, and you can create new playlists. You don't have to use these. You can create new playlists here. As far as what goes in the homepage, like if I'm looking at a playlist, it's got like 143 videos or 100 videos.
Yeah.
That's a lot of videos, right?
Right.
You're never going to watch it all. So I would think about curating your best videos, your top performing videos, and putting those in new playlists on your homepage.
Well, let me ask you a question. We've never talked about this. I know what Daryl Eves thinks. What do you think is the sort of right amount of videos as a guideline when you're building playlists? When do you say enough? Now we should start a new one. What's your personal?
When I was starting out, I kind of did what they did. And I probably still have some of those playlists out there. But what I found works best in terms of just driving people into those and getting them to watch more content, I just like to fill out the homepage,
Yeah. Which is 5 or 6, depending on how it's laid out, right?
Yeah. 5 or 6 videos in there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got playlists. I've got a lot in there, but I've already built the momentum. And I've now what I do is I go in there every so often, even though I'm not really uploading, I'll move videos around based on what's performing, because you know how you get videos out of nowhere where YouTube says, oh, we're just going to juice this video out of the blue.
Yeah.
And this video pops off and I know that's in one of my playlists. I'll come back and I'll move that to the front of the playlist.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll move things around. So I'm moving my playlists around sometimes based on what's performing. And also, since you're trying to build up momentum, if you're trying to get monetized, for example, maybe the first playlist people see are some of the videos that are doing really well for your channel, but maybe they're bringing you the most watch time. So
this is the new section, right? This is one of the new options that has just showed up in the last 8 weeks. The For You, which is you can enable that for anyone who doesn't know. YouTube will curate videos for the viewer based on what it knows about them in that moment. So I'm here on their channel, and it will create a For You section based on what it thinks, what it knows I have watched, what I haven't watched, and what it thinks might be good choices for me. If that's something that you would like on your channel, the way to do that is go to YouTube, log into your channel. When you go to your channel and you're logged in, you will see the customized channel link right here. Click on that, and as you scroll down, you'll see there is this new feature here that's been added, recommendations for your viewers. For you, YouTube will recommend fresh content based on your viewers' interest in this section at the top of your channel page. This will be visible only to your viewers when you have enough content. And all you have to do is toggle that on or toggle it off if you don't want it. And it's more of a customized playlist just for that viewer in that moment. Kind of a cool thing.
I'm finding that it's hit or miss. I don't think they've got it dialed in yet.
I'm testing it, and I don't know that I love it. I personally, at the end of the day, always believe that I would rather take people on a journey that I want to take them on, because I think videos aren't individual. It's not just about one video. It's about many. And how can I bring them on a journey? And I think sometimes for you, connects videos that basically may not need to be connected. It's based on data and performance instead of context of subject. So I'm testing it, but I got a feeling I'm going to turn that one off.
Yeah, I'm always mindful when I'm on YouTube or any platform really. And I'm like, okay, why am I clicking on this? What caught my attention? And what I've noticed with For You is I've yet to be recommended a video in anyone's For You that caught my attention. We're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
None yet. So YouTube's having a difficult time getting me dialed in as a viewer.
Yeah. Well,
they might totally get it dialed in.
They've gotten some features they've gotten that they put out, and I'm like, man, I love it. And some they put out, I'm like, I'm not in love with premieres. They put that out, I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm not in love with it.
This reminds me of the best for viewer end screened option.
Yeah, you're right.
It's sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. But just like you said, I prefer, I know my audience. I know why my audience is there. And I want to give them a personalized experience and give them what I believe that they want and organize things the way through my own experience of my channel. I'm going to pull them through the channel and based on how I know people like to go through it. And I don't necessarily want YouTube to get in the way of that. They might get it right.
That's great advice. And they do.
They might get it right.
It is? One of the pitfalls of YouTube, same with, like you said, now that we're going down this wormhole for a second, like the best for viewer. It's, some people go like, well, YouTube understands my audience better than I do. I disagree. I think that they know your audience as a whole, as a very large data set. But what they might do is go, oh, on your channel, maybe here you talk about travel in Venice. Maybe you talk about travel in Spain, right? On this channel right here where they're like, get out and do something, right? That's what it is. Don't wait to wander. But maybe someone who's watching a video that's talking about parts of Spain that are really awesome, maybe you think it's smart. They're already watching this video. Give them another video about Spain. But maybe YouTube isn't looking at the topic. They're only looking at performance. And your next highest performing video that person hasn't seen might be about going to, it might be going to the United Kingdom. And that person has no interest in the UK. They loved your Spain video and they'd love another Spain video. But YouTube doesn't know that. It's using data based on your entire catalog. And I think sometimes they miss the mark.
Yeah, sometimes they nail it, sometimes they miss the mark. And here's something else. YouTube doesn't know what your intentions are. They know about your audience, but they don't know what your intentions are. So if you're curating your playlist there on your homepage to do certain things, like maybe you're trying to build up more watch time, maybe you're trying to, whatever it is, right? Maybe you have videos right up there at the top that make a lot of money through affiliate sales, or you make, you got a high, CPM on these videos. YouTube doesn't understand your intention. They're just looking at pure data. So I'm with you. I agree on this, Daniel. I mean, it's a feature that's being tested. Maybe they'll get it dialed in, but it's my channel. Get off my lawn. That's what I'm trying to say.
Get off my lawn.
That's what I'm trying to say. Get off my lawn. Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. We're moving them on to the end. We give them some tips. Let's pull someone else from the chat today. Watch time. Type it as you see it spelled here.
Yeah. Well, we just went down that wormhole. That was good.
That was a huge wormhole.
And I'm glad we were able to talk about that because that's a new feature. And there's a lot of buzz.
They have a lot of cool new features coming out. Hey, anybody in the chat? Any of you guys have the new ADC thumbnail testing feature? I do. I have it. I love it.
I haven't used it yet, but I just got it.
But you know what? I love it as they're type watch time into the chat, folks. I love it, but it reminds me that thumbnails are only a piece of the equation. I think that like the idea of like, if I can only test thumbnails and find the perfect thumbnail, my channel will blow up. And it all it does is it shows me which thumbnail performed better. I'll put a new video out, and that video I'll test thumbnails. I'm like, oh my god, that thumbnail got 6% more performance based on watch time share, and then the video still starts slowly dying out over time because it still has to do with topic and timing and execution and structure and competition and all of the things still matter. And it's a good reminder to me that, hey, any feature that helps me get a video to perform even marginally better, I want to squeeze every ounce of advantage out. So I love the feature. But in terms of will it all of a sudden take a channel that's not doing really great, teach you how to, show you which thumbnail does better, and suddenly you'll be like the next Mr. Beast? Not really. That's just not what it's going to ever do for you.
Yeah.
All right. We get 80. Why don't we do this thing?
Blitzen, you ready?
Blitzen hoofs.
Tap twice if you're ready, Blitzen.
The hoofs, the mighty hoofs of Blitzen.
There you go. So fast, that little reindeer. Just banging on
away. Hey, our friend Ed, flash in your pan. We haven't pulled up Ed in a while. Let's see what Ed is up to. Flash
Probably
in
panning
your
for
pan.
gold.
Is the adage of the story here that it took you forever to realize that he actually was a gold mining channel? Do we still?
Yeah, I didn't know. I was a little bit slow on that one. The flash in your pan, right? Like, that's the whole thing. It's a gold. Yeah.
There we go.
So
There's
dumb.
the channel. Now, as Ed well knows from being part of the community for a while, we have no say in what we're going to look at. We have a wonderful wheel, Ed, that's going to tell us what to look at or what it's going to do next. So we will spin the wheel, and it will make the decision for us. We haven't got the coal yet. Please don't give us the coal on Ed. We love Ed. Oh, wait a minute. D, clear channel name. Would you please tell us, from your opinion, if the channel name is clear?
Okay, so when I first saw Ed's channel, let's pull it up. Pull it up. We need to see it.
I will. Flash
we need to look at it. When I first saw it, he's been part of the community for a really long time. And I was always seeing flash in your pan. I wasn't sure what it was, but he's mining for gold, right? So the flash on the pan is a little piece of gold in the pan that you're getting.
Yep.
And I didn't know, and I felt so dumb. So here's what I'm going to say. For someone who was obviously struggling to make it through the day, like myself, and I use Velcro shoes because I can't figure out how to tie them. Apparently, for someone like me, it didn't work. But for the people who understand your content, for the people who are interested in your type of content, I think you're doing a great job.
Yeah, I think that's a win, too. I think all day long. I knew right from the beginning when I first met Ed, I love the idea of panning for gold and having seen that sparkle of gold flash. I think it's a great name. So in terms of channel name. No, I
your
could
target
pick it up
audience
for other stuff, but the name works.
Your target audience is going to know exactly what that is, and that's the important thing. It doesn't matter what I think. It matters what your target audience thinks.
Yeah. I think it's great. I love it.
You nailed it there. Absolutely nailed it. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Well, that's 1 out of 2, and it's always 2 out of 3 when it comes to the beginning rounds of this. So let's what?
That whole thing is sometimes I'll be laying in bed. I'll be like 4 a.m. in the morning. I'll just be on my back looking at the ceiling, and my girlfriend will be like, "What's wrong, baby?" And I'll be like, "Flash in your pan." I can't believe I didn't get it. I'll have those moments just out of the blue.
It's like when the light hits you, right? Finally, or like when you think of a great comeback to something someone said to you earlier in the morning, you're like, why didn't I say that?
Why didn't I say that?
Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, let's take this. Let's take this wheel and spin it. Yeah, I know. It's like, I hate when that happens. When I'm like, God, I feel stupid that I didn't get that. It's gonna haunt me.
It's like, oh man,
that's the ghost of YouTube channels past.
The ghost of YouTube channels past.
Hooray, Ed! Listen, you can pick any single item that you want from the Streamyard catalog of merchandise. Make sure that you reach out to Megan at danielbatal.com, my channel manager. She will obviously, we know who you are. We will instantly confirm your identity and just send you a link, and you can pick any present that you want for home. Maybe, I don't know if you can pan for gold in one of these giant StreamYard mugs, but you could try it. It holds a lot.
Flash in your cup.
Flash in your cup. However that works out.
Two flashes, 1 cup.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. We may have gone into some ugly territory. Let's see. Let's spin it one more time, right? We're still playing this round, right? Well, why not?
Yeah.
Look at that. We're giving away a lot of gifts today, which I love.
I think it's rigged. I think you're like pausing it there.
Yeah, maybe. All right, now this could be a tough one for our friend Ed. It is clear thumbnails. Now, we haven't sent this to the chat in a while. Now, we have made it clear what this channel's about. It's about prospecting, out there panning for gold. Let's throw it to the chat. When you guys see these thumbnails, And I'll try to use my old man magnifying glass. Some of these are actually pretty good. Do you think thumbs up, thumbs down? Thumbs up if you go, yep, I understand what these thumbnails are about. Thumbs down if you think that they are tough to understand. Thumbs up for a yes, thumbs down for a no. Understanding that this is a gold mining prospecting channel. Do you think that these, let me go down here, that these thumbnails adequately represent that? A lot of text right there.
Yeah, I'm going to give Ed my advice when the chat is done here. What do we have? We've got a lot of thumbs up. Thumbs
Really?
up. Yep. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Zach talks tech. He makes good thumbs. He called it thumbs up, so we're going to go with Zach. So
all right.
They know what it's about.
All right. No, I probably have some concerns too as I'm looking at these, especially when I get here. One of the biggest things that I see is this flooding of small text is very distracting. So Ed, my advice to you is step number one, whenever you need to use text, it's like 2 or 3 words, and they better be text that needs to be in the thumbnail to help sell it. Otherwise, get rid of all of this stuff out of here. This looks like a screen capture. I think it hurts the thumbnail. Same here, very hard to understand. I think the text is an issue. Never use text unless you're using it like here, Tuesday Night Hangout Live, and there's a gold pan with gold flecks around it. It works better here. I understand this is a live stream that's probably about gold prospecting. Works here, harder time with the text over here. D, what do you think about the thumbnails?
Yeah, you have to, Ed. Listen to Ed. If you never listen to anything I tell you again, you have to simplify your thumbnails. Get rid, just like Daniel said, get rid of all that tiny text. Even though he's zooming in on this on my screen, I still can't read half of the text in your thumbnail. Simplify your text. Get rid of all of that text. Don't put any more, just put 3, 4, 5 words tops. When it comes to thumbnails, and this applies to everyone in here, less is usually more when it comes to thumbnails. You can overclutter your thumbnails and just make a crazy looking thumbnail. So simplify your thumbnails, Ed. I would also say this. I think I think that's great, right? Like you've got this, they're in the river, they got the little pan. Your target audience.
What's the problem? What's the problem? I love this thumbnail, D.
Yes.
A few guys hanging around in the water, definitely panning for gold. What's the problem that you see?
It's the birthday weekend Cottonwood Trails Gold Camp.
Yeah. Title's the problem, right?
Title's a problem here.
You've got to make sure that your title and your thumbnail work together so that the person who has no idea who you are understands in an instant what this video is about and why they would want to watch. I see this and I go, a couple of guys out there, panning for gold. They're out there just mudding it up. But then it's birthday weekend Cottonwood. Birthday weekend Cottonwood Trails, those first 4 words mean absolutely nothing to me as someone who's just casually finding this. This is the kind of thing that you really want to make sure that your thumbnails and your titles work together, that you want to be saying, I want to see this say something about, we pulled $200 of gold out an hour down at, the whatever. Yeah, I want to know that you're pulling gold. I know when you're panning for gold, talk to me, show me the thing. Make sure that the packaging, topic, title, and thumbnail all work together so it makes it easy for the viewer to understand. You've got gold camp, but I don't even know what a gold camp is.
Yeah, tell me how much that's worth in that pan right there.
Yeah. What's popular? What's done well?
Right. And back to your thumbnails really quick. I would love to see, there's Ed down in the corner, panning again. You see him there with the blue pan on the left?
Yeah.
Go down second.
Prospecting
there.
on the East Fork Lewis River. Picture of Ed,
right.
There's got, with pan at the river, prospecting. I know that this guy is prospecting for gold. When the title and the thumbnail work together, that's when you get 10,000 views.
Right. Now, I want to say this. I would love to see, and I know with your live streams and stuff, it's not going to be easy, but find a way to get panning or gold clearly visible in every single thumbnail.
Yeah.
And if you can, get something in your title, something about prospecting or gold or panning for gold. right? You think about your packaging, like Daniel was talking about, because some of this stuff I don't know what it is. Like again, some of these are 14 years old, so I'm not going to give you a hard time on that.
Yeah.
But get rid of all that cluttered text, simplify everything, and think about what does the viewer actually want to see. What words interest them? What imagery will interest my target audience? And it's going to be gold. It's going to be how much gold did you get out of there? How much was it worth? Right?
Yeah, there was a time years ago that he built for people who were interested in the conversation.
Right.
When we go to his latest content, which some of this is still pretty good, he's building for his community. He's building for people who already know him. And that is problematic. That is where it's fine to do that every now and then, but you need to build for people who don't know who you are. Because none of the imagery here, all this text, it's hard to read. I don't understand looking at this thumbnail that this is the same dude who was over here leaning down in a river with a pan and trying to pull gold. That I understand. So always make it simple for the viewer to understand. Connect with them in the most basic, simple level, and your own channel is showing you what works. When you start pulling stuff out of the river, when you're showing panning techniques, these are the videos and thumbnails that say things in the title like prospecting the Washagal River. When it says, prospecting on Fly Creek in the Lewis River watershed. And you've got, the hand holding stuff up like, what does he got? What did he pull out? That's what intrigues the broadest target audience. So make sure you're building for those people, top of the funnel.
And I agree with Lil Crafty Nook here. Maybe you don't need words at all.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't need words at all.
Well, let's see prospecting. Let's check what's working, right? This is one of my favorite things to do is prospecting. Let's see what's working for other channels. Like what do we start seeing for imagery that's like really capturing people? Gold, the hand with the tiny nugget, the tiny chip of gold in there, right? The person that's sitting over and it has the pan in the water. These are the images that connect with people. The very basic images of, oh, she's panning for gold. That's what she's doing. So think about keeping it simple, keeping it really simple. This person holding a platinum. I found platinum. Right? This is the person who's got 1 million views holding up a chunk. Here I am, platinum, right? He's got a shiny, this thing, secrets of gold. It's just all these ideas of really making it easy. Pay attention. He probably knows who this is, right?
Yeah.
He probably I'm good
buddies.
friends with Dan Hurd. Pay attention to like what Dan has done. And what works? Gold. How do I find gold? He's sitting next to a riverbank, right? And he's got like, there's gold here, there's gold here, there's gold here. Where to find gold? A panner's practical look at the river. Like really a smart way to play how the title and the thumbnail work together. That means everything. Everything. And means everything.
And when you have your live streams, you've got your picture and you've got the live stream guest in there. I would even test things like, have your guest show like a photo of one of their best finds, right? So you have that imagery because the person doesn't necessarily, the audience doesn't necessarily know who your guest is. But if your guest is supplying you with pictures, like here's the best thing that my guest ever found, and you can talk about that thing.
Yeah. And when you see, right, this giant hands pulling this up, sand falling out, like in this gold, and that's nearly 70 kilograms of gold nugget. Huge, actually. Like that got 5.7 million views because it connected with people like, oh my God, so many questions. Where did you find that? How much is that worth? That's incredible. Talk to me about how you even found it, because it just screams all of the things that people dream about.
Here's the thing with this particular video and videos like this, I'm not even into gold prospecting, but that thumbnail intrigues me and I'd want to watch it.
Yeah.
As someone who's not even in, now that might not be a good thing, but I'm just letting you know, for reaching a broad audience, that appeals to me as well. And I'm not even into what you do.
Well, you know what? There is no question, without even looking at the title, what this video is about. There's all those gold chunks along the edge, this giant gold chunk. Like it screams prospecting, finding gold, and then it's nearly 70 kilograms of gold. It's just like, whoa, my gosh, where was this? How much is that worth? I have so many questions. When you see what works and what drives a lot of views and what's really connecting, That's the thing that I would be thinking about across the boards. Even this one. Here's a short. Is gold prospecting a good side hustle? 17 million views, and clearly there's, like setting up this little makeshift gold prospecting rig, right? They got a little jig going on here where they're actually, trying to do a little, prospecting for gold. It's always about not just the thumbnail or the screen capture, but the title that goes with it that speaks to the broadest target audience. No matter what niche you're in.
Packaging.
All
Hey,
right,
really quick,
Yes.
we got off topic here.
Yes.
What was it that Daryl said about playlist? You were talking about, you said, I know what Daryl thinks.
Daryl likes 3 to 5 videos per playlist. I personally pull up my funnel screen with all those, the guy lying down, big feet on his back.
Huh? Oh, okay. Yep. Hold on.
I have personally found success with more like 10. This was a playlist that every video in here linked to the next one. Read it from top left to across from left to right, top to bottom. And this is 7 videos from a singular playlist. And if you look at the view pattern, every time the very first video with 40,810 views started getting some traction, it brought all the other ones along with it. So I believe you can go as deep as 7 to 10 effectively. When you get all the way down to the last one at 1,288 views, that pattern starts breaking up. It's a lot bigger ask to get people to watch 7 videos deep, but it can happen, and I proved it here. So it just depends on momentum, the topic, the size of the playlist. But I think, once 49 videos in a playlist, not so much. At least 5, and I think once you get up near 10, 15, I think you're pushing the upper limit. I don't think people are going to watch more than 10, 15 videos in a row. So lay off, start a new playlist, put them together in something else. Think about smaller discussions. So I agree with Daryl there. He likes 3 to 5. I think 5 to 10, depending on the conversation.
All right, so Ed's got another spin, I think, doesn't he? Or was that it?
Does he? I think he lost on that. Where were we at, Megan? Can you help us out? I think that was the lost. I think on that one, clear thumbnails. Did they say yes? No, they gave him yes. I think we move him on to the end, wasn't that? I don't know. We'll spin again. What the heck? I wouldn't want to know.
It's holiday stream. We make the rules
lost
here.
Me in that one too.
Yeah,
sorry.
we got thrown off. We should just move on to sudden death and oh god, not free spin too. Here we go. We're never getting away from Ed's channel. He's here for the rest of the evening, folks.
Yep. We're all flashes in the pan tonight.
We are. There's no flash in the pan. This is a light bright that will stay in the play.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, did he win another present? Holy cow, you got another present, Ed. So apparently you're getting 2 things to be given out to the kids this holiday season. You can pick yet another piece of merch from the Streamyard catalog of merchandise. Contact Megan at danielbatal.com. She'll leave that in the chat, and we'll get you hooked up. We need to move on to it. We need to move on to some sudden death here. We need to get through some channels.
It is totally rigged. Are we doing sudden death today?
What are we doing? Yeah, let these people
I don't know,
move.
man. I'm digging the Christmas decorations here, so let's not do the sudden death graphics.
All right, well, let me do this. Let me be fair then. I have to be fair then. I would like to reset the wheel so that that we give everybody more chances of winning. Isn't that what we're supposed to do here?
So here's what I'm thinking. Yeah. We're going to mix it up.
Sure.
So let's do sudden death rules with the Christmas decorations.
I like it. One shot. So every channel we pull up from now on, you get one shot. Whatever we pull up on the wheel, either for best practice, either you get it or you don't get it, or you win whatever happens on the wheel, it's a one and out situation. Fair?
All right. Yeah,
All right,
let's do it.
Do
okay.
Well, you have to have a new contestant here. Playlist. Please type the word playlist as you see it into the chat, and we will pull up our next contestant.
And we're good. Hydration time. Enjoy your copyright claims, everybody.
Just don't sing the words. That's what's going to throw us off.
Yeah.
58 contestants, ladies and gentlemen. 58 contestants.
All right. Blitzen. Getting ready, Blitzen?
63 contestants, ladies and gentlemen. 63. I'm still wrestling through the cold I brought back from New York
Yeah, I
City.
can hear it. I can hear it. So you were in New York.
I was in New York.
What happened in New York?
So I went out to New York, and of course, I went out to New York we wanted to see some friends who were out in the area. We went out to meet the great Matt Gielen from Electric Monster Media, so we spent some time with Matt. We saw the amazing Roger Wakefield, who was in town in New York City, so we had dinner with Roger Wakefield.
Cool.
My good pal, Sammy Superstar, we know Sammy from the community, was in New Jersey, so he shot up. We spent some time over at B&H Photo, and we went through, had some breakfast at Skylight Diner, and then went over to Sam Ash and looked at guitars and stuff and bought some stuff. We always spend money. That's what we do. Yeah, that's what we did. Like, we were just visiting creators and getting some work done, and it was wonderful. We were there for just like an overnight. We went one day, stayed overnight, came the next day, and then, of course, I came home with a cold.
There you go.
There it is. All right, what are we at? 73? What do you say? Blitzen, want to spin this thing?
Let's go.
Do it.
Get those little...
It's good seeing Roger, though, man. He's my favorite. Good seeing. It was
He's
good seeing
doing
Matt.
so
I haven't
well.
seen Matt Gielen in forever.
Yeah.
Color for Tails. That was fast. All right, colorful Tails. Hold on, let me find this thing. Colorful.
Yeah, my best memory of Matt Gielen.
Yes.
I've only seen him that one time at Vid Summit. Well, during the Vid Summit.
Yeah.
But the first time I've ever got a chance to talk to him, we were in the bathroom together at Vid Summit, and it was just the funniest thing. So we're two guys at the urinal. It's me and Matt, and we're sitting there.
As will happen.
As will happen when you're, standing there. So I'm standing there at the urinal. He's standing there at the urinal. And, as you know, you don't really talk to people at the urinal generally, right? And
Wait,
he and I, we don't.
Why
yeah,
did
he
you
and
tell
I.
me this? Why did you tell me this sooner?
No,
I'm
no,
having
because we
full-on
know each other.
conversations.
No, but it's like straight. Right. At that time, Matt and I hadn't. It was like we haven't talked yet.
Yeah.
And so we're there standing at the urinal, and he broke the ice. And he goes, he's like, out of nowhere, he's like, when I was starting out, I had this guy who was, I asked him, what I thought about, everything that was happening on the channel. And he gave me he was really harsh on me. He kind of told me everything that I was doing wrong, and I didn't really expect such harsh criticism. And I'm just sitting here listening, and he's just going on. And he kind of does this thing, and he walks over, and he's cleaning his hands, and he's continuing the story, talking about how this guy's like really harsh, and really kind of told him all the things he needed to do and changes his online camera presence and all of this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this guy's like running it down on Matt, right? And then he gets to the door, and he turns to me, and he says, "That guy was your brother." And then he walks out the door. So the entire time he's in the bathroom, the entire time he's cleaning his hands, he's telling me all this stuff that this guy told him that he had to change.
A giant setup to dig on your brother.
A giant setup, he gets right to the door. That guy was your brother. And then he walks out the door. That was hilarious.
That's awesome. I love Matt.
Yeah.
He's one of the funniest guys I know.
Yeah.
He's such a good guy. He's one of the smartest guys I know, too.
Yeah. It was just such the perfect setup.
And then walks out.
Like,
Did he
walked out.
Did he do the bathroom toilet paper shot right into the can and then?
I was still at the urinal.
Like,
I drink a lot of
that
water.
Guy?
Yeah.
You're like,
it was
dude,
just so funny. It was just like that was my, and I
you're
knew
at the
who he
urinal
was.
still texting your brother like, Nick, I don't know what you said to this guy Matt, but he seemed to be really affected by it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway, that memory is just burned into my mind. Like,
that's awesome.
And it was just so smooth. That guy was your brother. And he just like walks out the door.
That Matt Gielen. That Matt Gielen.
Yeah. That's what.
All right.
Yeah, awesome dude. All right.
Shall we spin this thing?
We should.
What are we doing? We have to spin and see what we're going to look at, right?
Yeah. Story time is over.
Yeah. I love Matt. I write songs about Matt. That's how much I love Matt.
Good guy.
There we go. Consistent uploads. We talked about this one already, and this is a one and out. So let's take a look at the channel, and let's make sure that this channel is consistently uploading. I have uploads from 18 hours ago, from 1 day ago, from 2 days ago, from 3 days ago, and I'm only looking at the videos tab, so she may also have shorts. 4 days ago, 6 days ago, 6 days ago, 9 days ago. I'm going to say... Hooray! This person absolutely has consistent uploads, so congratulations. Colorful Tales. This is a one and done, so you're moving into the final round. We're going to add you into the final wheel spin, where we will spin the wheel once, and whoever wins that will be able to pick any particular piece of merchandise from the StreamYard catalog of fantastic prizes.
Before you close that down, I just want to bring attention to the thumbnail on the far right. Be mindful of your text when you're putting it on the thumbnail. I can't read that text.
Yes.
Be mindful of the text you're putting it on the thumbnail. You always want to make sure that people can quickly read that. You want to make sure that it is mobile optimized, meaning that all that tiny text is not going to fly on a mobile device. But,
yeah, I think that's one, and I know exactly what you're talking about. It's this one right here, right? Like, this is just tough.
Yep.
You're pulling people's eyes. You've got some branding up in the corner. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of numbers. Can be really tricky. Just try to keep it really simple and think about how your thumbnail is going to play out when it gets served in places like the homepage of YouTube. Recommendation, browse. That's like, you got to think about how you're going to how your thumbnail and your packaging is going to compete when it's here, right? Here's currently where we're at, right? This is the obviously this is the thumbnail and packaging for the stream that you're watching, but you got to remember that we're competing against all the other interests of the viewer, so you want to make sure that you have the ability to stand out, that you might pop, that your thing that you do is easy to understand and might bring them in. I'm not saying that we do it perfectly. We're always growing and learning. But remember that you're going to be served against a lot of other stuff that may have nothing to do with your channel, especially with me, because I do so many channel reviews that and consultations that I look at so many channels that YouTube has no idea what I like. They occasionally will put some rock in here and some cool cars, but yeah, make sure that you pop out. Make sure that that something like this would be harder to really stand out against a field of stuff that might be a little better optimized for the viewer, like something like this, when you can clearly see the Beatles.
Go back to her channel for a second. She just asked a question. So I don't think your thumbnails look bad, especially the ones where you've got yourself in the thumbnail and you've got the clear white text. Like, look at how clear some of your text shows up.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, when you're putting text on, like, I think it's a mix. Like, some of your thumbnails I think are fantastic, and then some of them you're over cluttering it with tiny little. Both of those on the right hand side, and they've got the same style. See them both on top of each other.
Yeah.
Too much clutter. The fonts are difficult. But the one, the third over on the top right, let's do a look, and you're holding that. I'm not sure what that is. It's kind of small on my screen, but that's so much. Yeah. Let's do a look. Cosmetics.
Well, one of the
Super
things that was
clear.
really, I was watching your brother stream today before ours. He just does such a nice job over there. One of the things you want to think about, there was a question in Nick's stream about, like, well, should I put my face in the thumbnail? Should I not put my face in the thumbnails? I've heard that helps. I heard that doesn't help. One of the things you want to think about is try to develop a style that makes it easy for the viewer to understand why they would want to watch. And one of the ways that you can do that is just do a simple look at what's performing well. These are your videos from your video tab. It's set for latest videos, right? These are most recent. And then I start looking at, well, let's think about what topics, titles, and thumbnails seem to do well. Well, here's one from 18 hours ago. It did 264 views. Great. This one a day ago only did 68, so maybe you missed out on something. 66, 91. Not quite hitting it. I go down here and I go 365. Suddenly, 4 days ago, this was a strong one. I think it's a great picture of you. There's clearly strong eye makeup going on. I can see that. 10 reasons to not buy a palette. I don't know if this is the perfect thumbnail, but 10 reasons why I won't buy an eyeshadow palette in 2024. Something between the title and the thumbnail on this video.
Yeah.
And I think I see it. I think it's a better picture of you. It's very well centered. I don't think it needs all the emojis and stuff. I think that distracts. But at least I understand. I see the smoky eyes and I see the red eyes and I see why I won't buy an eyeshadow palette. I don't think you needed all the text. I think the image sold it and the title was good. And that's why a video like this did so much better than the one before it, which was TBONTB44-new indie. It's confusing.
Too much. Yeah.
And then the thumbnail, so many, look here, words. It's too much. Keep it simple. Make it easy for the viewer to quickly look and go, what's this about? One of the things I like to tell people is, have you ever sat in the dentist's office or the doctor's office waiting to go in for an appointment, and you're just waiting there, and they got magazines sitting out in the lobby as you're waiting to get called in, and you sit there for an hour? You finally get so bored, you grab a magazine. Why do you grab the magazine that you grabbed? They got Life, they got Time, they got National Geographic, they got People, Women's Health. Why do you grab the magazine that you grab? Interest, things that you're interested in. Then when you open that magazine and you're rifling through the pages, what makes you stop on the article that you stop and read as opposed to the previous 30 pages? Always, 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 it's going to be the headline of the article, how concise and clear and compelling it was written, and the image that went with it. You never open up a magazine and see an image that goes with an article, and the image that goes with the headline is all cluttered with words, unless it really made sense for the story. Think about when you build content the same way that people write magazine articles. Great image, great title, great headline. Sell it so that people go, oh, I see that. Oh, this is clearly about eye makeup. I can tell because I can see the real strong eye makeup. Does the emoji help this at all? No. But the image dead center with your eye makeup, I go, it's about a women's eye makeup. I can see that. What's the title? 10 Reasons Why I Won't Buy an Eyeshadow Palette in 2024. Cool. If I'm interested in that, oh, why won't you? What's the reason? I might click it.
Right. Curiosity, right?
Curiosity and the ability for the viewer to easily understand. One of the things you want to watch out for is just always having a similar look that are just a bunch of words around it. What distinguishes this video from this video, from this video, from this video? They're very similar. So you want to think about how you can use your thumbnails and your titles together to create a great packaging that will win the click.
Yeah. How long has she been going?
She's been going she's got 151 videos, and she has been around. Hold on, let me see and she's been doing this. Well, the channel started in July of the end of July, 2000. Not very long. She's still kind of new, right?
You're
Still
putting in the work.
But 406 subscribers, 151 videos. Think about how to just dial that in. Think about how to really sell. When you're thinking about, one of the things I will say is when you're looking at your videos and you're looking at your latest, I have trouble. There's a lot of stuff going on in some of these. And when you're talking about like eyeshadow or makeup, try to understand what other creators are doing and what's been doing a good job. When in doubt, my favorite thing is go to Google. Just use Google and go like, well, what is a strong image of eye makeup or, whatever that is. And I'll go to the images tab and go, what does eye makeup look like? What does that look like to women? What are images that are selling that clearly make it easy for the viewer to understand this is about women's eye makeup tutorial and a certain application? That's when you find things like this and less of clutter, right? So simplify, make it simple. You try to make it easy for the viewer to understand.
So your question was, what's the, something to make thumbnails? Whatever you're using to make thumbnails is fine. You don't need to change. So it's not a problem with that. And I just want to say this, like you just started in 2022. It can take a while. Like, we're all coming into this with no skills and we learn as we go. So, trying to, look, and I know Daniel still deals with this and I deal with this. Like we are everybody, Mr. Beast, the biggest creators on the platform. We are always trying to make better thumbnails. We're always making multiple thumbnails, trying to find, write better titles to see what's going to connect better with our audience. And sometimes we don't get it right.
Yeah.
So if you even watch some of the top creators, like watch them publish and then keep an eye on that video, you might see a title change. You might see thumbnails changing out. Everybody's trying to optimize things. And if you don't have it dialed in yet, just keep going. Like you're going to get there. You have a good eye. You've got a good eye for it. Yeah. You're going to get it dialed in. Just keep making them. And just think about how can I simplify things? How can I focus the viewer on the thing that really matters? And you'll get it. You're close.
All of the, you know what I will say? All of her images are great. Like the image of her holding the stuff, nailed it. It's a great shot. All of these shots are great shots. Declutter. Just simplify a bit. And start paying attention to what works for you. Don't take cues. That's what I was talking about, where someone said to Nick, like, should I use faces? I heard that faces, I should always put faces. Guess what? Your highest performing video has no face in it. It shows more of there's a little too much text, I think, here, but it showed the makeup color palette. You could see all the colors, and then the title was swatching all of whatever this is, Cleon Cosmetics Earth Vibrant.
Blah, 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 blah.
It says nothing to me, but it spoke to your target audience because in 4 months, it drove 1,200 views. Now, assuming those views are all organic and on platform, the majority of them, this worked for you. The word swatches, the makeup, the swatching up, that connected with people that you're trying to reach. So try to determine, use your own channel as a measuring stick of what works for you when you make content. Don't worry about what you think other people tell you should be doing. Go, this worked. Hey, when I do this whole swatching thing, I apparently that my people who watch my channel love this. People I'm trying to reach thought this was great. I should do another swatching type video because this worked. This one, number 2, look for patterns. Swatches.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Boom, boom. Number 2, swatches on your arm. Now it's on your arm. You color it on your arm. That one's got 1,100 views in 11 months. Your 2 highest performing videos are all about swatches. What have you learned? There's certain parts of the conversation that when you talk about them, people go, I'm in. Let's talk about it. I love it. I'm here. So learn what works for you, not what other people tell you are the right things you should do. Do what works when you talk about it and you utilize these things. They connect, and then try to double down on them.
I want to add to that. So there's
I'm sorry. I'm interrupting one more time.
Yep.
Top 3 out of the top 4 swatches, swatches, swatches. That's one of your biggest buckets, and make sure you make note of that.
Patterns.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just going to say, there's a lot of best practices that people will share, like, put your face in there, maybe do the YouTube face, look excited, give us some emotion. That doesn't work for every channel. You know what Daniel was just saying, like, you're going to get a lot of advice from different people where they say, try this, and it might work for their channel, but it might not work for your channel. Like he just showed you, some of your top videos don't have you in it, and they're about swatches, so you want to look for patterns. And there's something else to take note. Like as your channel starts to build momentum, you're going to find that certain thumbnails work differently with different types of traffic. So, I've tested things out on my channel before where, if I first upload a video, I'll be in the video. But then over time, I realize that thumbnail's dying off. So then sometimes I'll take myself out of the video as my traffic sources start to change. And then sometimes I'll get a huge another lift on that because I'm not in the video. Or I'm not in the thumbnail. There's all sorts of things that you can try with your thumbnails as your traffic sources change. So there's no one way to do this the right way. It's just what works best for you based on, what's trending at the moment and based on your current traffic sources.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to test new things out. We're diving deep right here because I think it's good to do this sometimes. I'm trying to find that pattern that makes it easy for the viewer to understand. Now, I don't know what swatches are. Megan, dive in here. When you see swatches, what does swatches mean? Is that an eye color testing out on your arm to see what the color looks like on your skin?
Yeah, it can be eye color, lipstick, anything. It is just to see the colors on your skin.
Okay, so here's a great one. Let's say that this is eye color. When you put it on your arm and you show the color palettes, this worked great. When you were holding this up when we see the color on your eyes, sometimes it works great. So I would be testing out, how can I come back and talk about the idea of swatching and testing color on your skin? Maybe it's an image of you. Maybe it is of you with your face with the color on your eyes and holding up your arm with all of those color swatches, that you were testing out to find the right color. Make it easy for the viewer to understand the idea of swatching and testing out to get the color on your arm to find the right color that works on your eyes. Simplify. No words. Show the arm, show all the colors, and then show the color on your eye in the same shot. You standing up, great shot with all the swatches on your arm and the final color choice on your eyes and a great look of like, oh my God, I found it. And then use a title that really explains to the viewer that swatching can be the best way to find the right color for your skin tone. Make it simple. You've got all the pieces here. Just connect them.
So let's see the pose there. Let's see the pose if you were going to do this. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I
Arm
mean?
up,
But like,
face, right?
Like that. When you had that arm and you were doing the swatch, and you were like, if you had that great fashion, you had the color, and you had all those down your arm, and you used your arm to find it. Now you're showing the people, like, put it on your arm, and then because I always say people who thirst for knowledge the most are the ones that have the least of it. So you're trying to reach people who don't know how to find the right color for their skin tone and all those things. So they're going to connect with it. Is that how you do it? I've seen people put it on their arm. Is that why? Why do they do that? So your ability to make it easy for the viewer to understand how to go down that rabbit hole. I don't know. I've seen people do that. Does that work? Does that help me? Yes. Let me show you how to do it. Make it easy for them to understand.
What did you just say about knowledge? And did you just call me stupid?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
All right, so that was a huge dive down thumbnails. Listen, what he just said applies to everyone in here. Obviously not the swatches, but the concept behind the thumbnail.
Let's not be that way. Anyone can swatch. I think we've learned that today.
This is true. Ed, especially you. We want to see gold swatches. Buddy.
All gold. All gold.
Yeah. But yeah, the theory behind that applies to everyone in here. Yeah, that was very well said. All right. Moving on. Type in the word shorts as in
Shorts.
YouTube shorts. All right.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Ready, Blitzen?
Let's do it.
All right. Get them little hooves going.
Amp to Glamp. I think
Love
this
the
is
name.
the channel we have pulled up before.
Love the name.
Amp to Glamp. Glamp. And let's go. Amp to Glamp.
Love the name.
Cool. I think this channel is growing to almost 7,400 subscribers, 252 videos. Love it, love it, love it. Let's pull up the wheel and see what it is we're going to look at today.
They almost had you, Nikki.
Almost. Ho, ho, ho. End screens. We already talked about end screens. This is a nice, easy win for anyone who's putting content out there to get someone to watch another piece of your content. I'm going to go to this video from 2 days ago, and I'm going to scroll to the end, and I'm hoping that I will see some end screens. Please, Lord, give me end screens.
Don't let me do
There was one right there. We
go.
haven't. Oh, you see it? Oh, man, it was there. I promise you. I didn't lie. There was one there. It went quick.
Too quick?
Too quick for my own good. There it is, right up in the upper right. So we have an end screen right there. That is fantastic. We love seeing people who are using end screens. Fastest way to push people towards another piece of content. So that's a win. So our friends at Amp2Glamp, who have been here before and are quickly approaching 10,000 subscribers right here. Wow. I need to say one thing to you guys. Stay on this. There is a thing that happens when you hit 10,000 subscribers that has absolutely nothing to do with YouTube and has everything to do with you as a creator. When you can build a channel big enough that you can get enough people to convert and decide to subscribe and watch enough of the content that it would even get them to subscribe, there's something, when every creator I've ever worked with, getting the first 100 subscribers is the hardest thing. Yeah. Then getting the first 1,000 is the next hardest thing. Then getting the first 10,000 is like, oh my God, impossible. But 0 to 10,000 versus 10,000 to 20,000. Every creator I've ever worked with, I go like, how hard was it to get to 10,000 subscribers? They're like, oh, it was so hard, I had to kill myself. And then I go, how hard was it to go from 10,000 to 20? They go, oh, I blinked and I was there.
Yeah. 10,000
it should be your mark. Keep building, keep doing what you're doing. Do not give up. Stay on it. You're doing great. When you hit 10,000, I guarantee that has everything to do with you will have made enough content and learned enough about how to build content that connects with your target audience that the next 10,000 will be so much easier. You'll start seeing a lot more conversion. You'll start seeing a lot more AdSense revenue come in. Stay the course. I love it. I love how close you're getting.
I'm 200 away from 10,000 on another channel.
Oh, which channel is that? Can't tell me. Is it a secret? Is it super?
No,
super
it's the music channel. And the trick, listen, if you're doing a music channel and you're trying, the key to that is longer videos. If you're uploading 2 to 3 minute videos, you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to get monetized because the watch time on 2 to 3 minute videos is just killing me. Put up longer videos. As soon as we started putting up 1 hour videos, the watch time changed. Oh my God, yeah.
Is that is that the Creator Mix channel?
Yeah.
Still out there for anyone looking for free music to use in their YouTube videos. Creator Mix, it's right there. Go ahead, please sign up. Check them out.
All right.
Amped Glam. So we're moving right on. Let's get another. Let's pull someone else from the chat.
Yep.
Comments, please type comments into the chat. I'm gonna get this thing demonetized if it kills me.
You think you're gonna get it demonetized if it kills you?
Yeah. Give it a minute. I'm gonna have like one of the old crooners calling us up, Bing Crosby from the dead.
Yeah. I mean, we could get it demonetized if that's your goal.
What would be? There's other ways to do it. You don't have to wait for the song to go.
I know a couple ways to get StreamYard demonetized.
Quickly. We've had it
possibly deleted.
We've certainly traveled that path before.
Oh, okay, you ready?
58. Can we get
Blitzen?
60?
Let's do it. Let's go.
61.
Blitzen,
There
hit
we
it.
go. Roll that
There
thing.
you go.
Carolyn Lopez. Carolyn Lopez. Let me find Carolyn.
Didn't we have her on here before? That sounds familiar.
Maybe. The great thing about these shows is we do get a lot of people who sort of come in here, learn a little bit, come back, optimize their channels, and I love pulling them back up if we've seen them before because it really it shows us that people are paying attention. And when we see them start growing, it's awesome, just like we did with Amp to Glamp. All right, here's the channel. I'm not going to look at anything. We're going to pull up the wheel. We're going to let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at today. We haven't hit Cole. Please don't hit Cole. And if the fact that I just said don't hit Cole means we're going to hit Cole, I'm going to be really upset.
Apocalyptic retrospective. We do not do these weekly.
No.
We do these once a month. It's just the second Saturday of every month, unless something comes up and we can't do it like last month. But generally, we are the second Saturday of every month. And we're pretty good about that.
Yeah,
it's
I think
rare
we've
that
missed
had
one
to
in
change
3 years. We'll probably make up somewhere along the way, so don't be surprised if another one pops in here. But yeah, usually second Saturday of every month, right around noon EST. Yeah. We got featured content. We didn't talk about this one yet, D. So featured content on a channel. Can you quickly explain what we mean by that and why that might be important for a creator who's trying to grow their channel?
Absolutely. I'm going to put an image on the screen right now. So featured content is the top video that you see right here on this fake YouTube channel that Daniel and I built for our Vid Summit Talk 20-minute meals. Now, the cool thing about featured content is you have two options with this. You can put a piece of content for people who are subscribed to your channel, and you can put a piece of content for people who are not subscribed to your channel. So if you're being intentional, think about what each one of those viewers might want. So if somebody's already subscribed to your channel, maybe you want to put your latest video there. But if they're not subscribed to your channel, maybe you want to think about putting one of your highest performing videos there. And based on your channel goals, you might be trying to get monetized. So maybe you put a piece of content there that brings in a lot of watch time. Or maybe you're trying to make more money. So you put a video there that makes more money through ad revenue or through affiliate sales. So be intentional with the video that goes here.
And on this channel, we actually have, it's pretty interesting. There's a short being used as the featured content, which is kind of cool. I've never actually done one like that. But there is a featured piece of content and it is a short and it seems to be working. It's got 9,500 views. The channel is about ingredients matter, rants, recipes, and reviews. And this is how to create the most delicious sockeye salmon dish in minutes, which is a bit like our, is she trying to copy our 20-minute meals?
Copying 20-minute meals.
There. So absolutely, that is a win. That is that is having featured content. I love that there is something here for me, the new viewers. So congratulations.
Scroll down for a second. I'm just seeing what else. Oh, there you go. Look, healthy bites across America restaurant reviews. Meat Eaters Healthy. Yeah, nailing those playlists.
Yep.
Meat Eaters Healthy Recipes.
Discover the secrets of creating hearty soups that burst with flavor and warmth, like smart playlist strategies. putting these things together in a way that makes sense. As you get a great start. One of the things I would say, so one little extra tip for you here, Carol, try to avoid using all capital letters. It comes across as screaming. Even YouTube has told us they prefer if you don't. I'm all in favor of putting like capitalizing the first letter in each word. That can be a cool thing, like a headline. Maybe not all caps, but I like what you're doing. Healthy Bites Across America restaurant reviews. Pretty cool. I think that works. Meat Eaters Healthy Recipes, Plant-Based Delights, Vegan Recipe Collection. Maybe work the wording a little bit. Plant-Based Delights, Vegan Recipe Collection feels a little optimized for the machine, not the viewer. Try to make your playlist read like a title. Make them read like an actual sentence you would say to somebody. Maybe lose the caps, but I love what you're doing here. I think it's smart. I think it makes a lot of sense, and you're really on the right track.
So I just put up quick and delicious chicken dinner recipes. You want to expand on this a little bit?
Yeah, there's an example of something that Dee and I built as an example. Like if you're going to build a playlist that talks about, you have a bunch of different chicken recipes that can all be made in a short period of time, then maybe name that playlist Quick and Delicious Chicken Dinner Recipes. If you look that we capitalize the word quick and we capitalize the word delicious, the word and, not important, no letters were capitalized in there. And then chicken dinner recipes, we only capitalize the C in chicken, the D in dinner, and the R in recipes. We're really thinking about how that sentence looks when someone comes across it as a playlist title. And then we put in there nice, simple, readable, the description's not 40,000 words long, fast and easy 20-minute chicken recipes that anyone can make. Always lean on simplicity. How do the thumbnails scream? Look at the thumbnails in this playlist, right? You can see it looks like chicken sandwiches. Then it looks like there's another one that's like a Japanese bowl, and there's a different one. Very easy to understand the imagery, right? Not a lot of clutter, not a lot of text. Really simple and easy to read video titles that aren't truncated, right? That aren't getting chopped off. So think about the visual experience for your viewer, no matter what you're building, so that they can glance easily and they're not getting cluttered, right? So if you were going to try to declutter, long description, maybe cut that down. All caps makes it hard for me to understand what I should be paying attention to. In here, I think these are pretty good thumbnails. I don't hate them, except you're leaning more on text than you are on food. Have you ever bought a food recipe magazine and opened it up? When you're looking at the images of this great recipe, they show the picture. They don't push the picture aside and then write over the picture how to make tortilla soup. They'll go, no, the title is how to make tortilla. You might open up a magazine and the article says how to make delicious. One of the things you're missing, right? How to make tortilla soup. Where's the compelling element? How to make tortilla soup without chicken. Where was the compelling part? Where's the how to make the tortilla soup that your family will love, parentheses, without chicken. Right? Think about how to make things more compelling. Make the images more compelling. Make the title more compelling. Lose this up here. You've already got those words in the title. Don't put them here. Get rid of that. And then make the delicious looking tortilla soup recipe be the entire thumbnail so it grabs the viewer. So I'm not trying to read a thumbnail. I'm just seeing it and going, man, that looks delicious. I want to make that. How do I make that? Oh, how to make delicious tortilla soup that your family will love. Think about building it out. Be compelling. Win the click of that viewer.
Love it. Well said. All right.
That was a win,
right?
wasn't it? Yes?
That was a win.
All right. So let's pull up. We can pull someone else from the chat?
Yep. Next up, type in the word play button. Type in the word play button. No space in between play. No space in between button. So I was thinking last week.
Yes.
Daniel,
When you start thinking.
Yeah. So those of you who don't know, my brother lost my original 100,000 play button, and it's been a real sore spot with me. And I didn't want to purchase a new play button because I wanted the original one. It was free, and it was just like the original thing, right? They give it to you. It's a reward. And Daniel, being the amazing dude that he is, he received his play button, but he left it on the wall in a box. Can you see that right now?
Yeah, go full screen.
Is that?
Yeah, that's right.
Point to it. There. So that is Daniel's play button.
I got tired of it being on the floor, so I framed the entire box that it came in and hung it on the wall. But it's in the original box. I don't know if it's even my play button. It's been there for over 2 years.
He put that on his wall and has not opened his play button. He's waiting for me to
Because
get...
we agreed, we hit 100,000 within like weeks of each other, and we agreed we would open them together. But then the world happened.
Yeah, and you earn the first one, and they give it to you for free. Yes. So you have to buy the second one. And I was just like, you know what? I want the original. But I was thinking last week, I was thinking Daniel's got that hanging on his wall for so long. I feel obligated. So I think I'm going to make Nick buy me a new one.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. I'm gonna suck it up. I'm gonna have Nick buy a new one, and then we can.
Can we finally open them? I mean, mine. I don't. Did they expire? Is there a born on date on them? Does it still count if I don't open it within a certain amount of time?
I don't know, but
check mark back.
But if that's my play button hanging on the wall, and you guys have been playing a prank,
how funny would that be? I open this up and it says D. Nimmin. I'd be like, dude, man, it was me.
The whole time, Nick sent it. They sent it to Thailand. Nick sent it back to you. You hung it on the wall, and you guys did some waiting to punk me the entire time. I'm like
doing house cleaning, and I realized I have 2 boxes. I wasn't paying attention. I had both.
That would be glorious.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, Blitzen, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Get those little hooves going. No way.
There she is again. How do the rules play? What do we do, right? Is that
this is it.
She
gets another go.
I get the channel up. I guess we're looking. Here we go. Let's do the thing.
There we go. She gets to go again.
Yeah, when you win, you win. So let me pull up the I got the channel already pulled up, so let me pull up the wheel.
Kathy says here, and then Nick will find your play button.
Oh my, 100%. That'll be it. That will 100% be it.
What? Okay, here's the thing. When it's too late to cancel the order of the new one, like it's ordered, it's paid for, and I get to think, okay, they're making the new one, then Nick will be like, God, you're not gonna believe this. I found it.
Where was it? It was like right under my desk the whole time at my feet.
Yeah.
I didn't think to look there.
Yeah.
Someplace obvious.
Yeah, I had a bunch of coffee cups on it. I didn't think about it.
I was using it to prop up my Rodecaster Pro. I was
totally,
it was holding up some of my gear.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, let's switch over to the wheel and spin the wheel, see what we're looking at, seeing how we have the channel up. Come on, gifts. Give away some gifts. Are we going right to advance? Oh, there it is. Clear thumbnail. So I have the channel. We were kind of already talking about this a bit. So what do you think, Dee, in terms of, let me go to videos where there's actually thumbnails. Boy, I tell you what, her new stuff is getting way better.
Wow.
Pumpkin scone. Like, that's way better.
Goodness, that looks good.
Look at barbacoa. Don't block this. Don't stick a word right in the middle of your image, right? Be careful of that, but that's a good picture of barbacoa. Zucchini bread. Wait a minute. Hold it.
Looking better.
We have a problem here, but I'll talk about later. Zucchini bread. Boy, I tell you what, those new thumbnails, Dee. What do you think?
I love, enchiladas, almond biscotti.
Cranberry almond scone, enchilada.
Those are
they're
good.
much better, really. So, and look at the views, right? 6,300 views in 10 months. These are pretty solid. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That went really well.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a win for me. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a win too. So you said you saw a problem.
Right. Let's
talk about it.
I need to say one thing.
Let's go.
Audience fragmentation. If your channel is a cooking channel, healthy living, I get it. Rants, recipes, reviews. When one day I'm here like, I love this channel. They taught me to make zucchini bread. Oh, and then the next day I was watching, I went right on. I watched the barbacoa. It was fantastic. I can't wait to make the pumpkin scone recipe. This channel is so awesome. I really love it. The next thing I can't wait to do is wait a minute. Where was it? Hold on a second. Lose weight with AI, a workout plan. Wait, I thought this was a cooking channel. I thought this is where I learned to cook. What is this?
I don't want to lose weight. I want to cook.
I want to cook. I want to make stuff. You were my zucchini bread, barbacoa, pumpkin scone channel. What is this?
So here's what happens. I don't watch that video, and I go away. And guess what happens? That's a negative signal that's sent to YouTube, and YouTube says this viewer isn't interested in that video. Now, they might continue to recommend videos to that viewer from your channel. However, if the less they interact with your channel, it reduces the likelihood that YouTube is going to keep recommending new videos to them. The idea is when you have a niche channel like this, if you're focusing on cooking, give them cooking videos. Everything should be about cooking. If you're going to talk about AI, talk about how AI can help them cook. Don't talk about how AI can help them lose weight. Talk about cooking with AI.
That's a great tip. That's a great tip right there. Because I totally agree. Like the AI thing could be cool if it actually is helping them figure out ways to make recipes, do
recipes
whatever that
with AI,
thing is.
something like that, right?
But
Because the idea is...
That's still a win on the thumbnail, though. Do you agree the other thumbnails are excellent?
Yeah, absolutely. Just keep in mind the idea, the whole goal that you should be aiming for. And look, it is hard. It's hard to do this. I've fragmented my audience. I know Daniel's got some fragment. It happens, right?
We all do it.
We all do it. But the goal is, as much as you can, try to make videos with the idea of the viewers who watched the last video are going to love this video. And then the viewers who watch the next video, they're going to love that video too. You don't want to put stuff in front of them where like, oh, I'm not interested in that. And then they skip it.
Yeah.
And if that happens too much, YouTube's going to say this viewer is no longer interested in this channel.
You need to understand that YouTube is not this magical algorithm that just knows how to put every video in front of the right person. What it knows is how to find the right audiences for channels. Right. So if you're building a channel, you want to make sure that you're helping YouTube understand that tomorrow's video should always serve the same needs of the same target audience as yesterday's video. So help YouTube help push your content to the right people by not fragmenting your audience. Start a discussion, start a conversation, and stay within the conversation. And I know sometimes it can feel like, well, cooking healthy and losing weight are kind of connected. Not really. I mean, they can be, but if you really want to start talking about diet and you want to talk about losing weight, then make another channel, make an additional channel where it's nothing about weight loss and AI and what you're doing to lose weight. And let's stick to this one, because I guarantee that almond biscotti, cranberry orange scones, and enchiladas are not going to make me lose weight. I'm there for those awesome recipes. I don't care how many calories they are. So stay true to teaching people how to make great recipes. Now, if you want to show some people some great recipes that also happen to be low calorie and good for people who are trying to lose weight and they want to be conscious of it, it's still true to the idea of learning how to cook certain things. It's a recipe channel. It's a cooking channel. You can add some of those in and test them out and see how they do. Like, yes, I've shown you how to make all these great recipes, but here's a bit of a lower calorie one or a gluten-free one that you might enjoy that still stays true to the idea of showing people how to cook and make dinner or recipes at home. So find who your target audience is, define them, understand them, and then always serve their needs.
Yeah, and I want to say this too. It's not that you can't mix content, but if you come to us, either one of this in a consultation, and we say, what's your goal? And you're saying, I want to grow my channel as fast as possible. I want to build an audience. I want to build a community. I want to make money on YouTube. We're both going to tell you the same thing, and that's to niche down. Yep. It's not that you can't grow if you fragment your audience. You're just going to grow a little bit slower. I fragmented my audience. I built my entire channel based on a mix of people who are making content on Androids and a mix of people who are making content on iPhone. So every time I uploaded an iPhone video, people who had Android didn't watch. And every time I uploaded an Android video, people who had iPhone didn't watch. And I was still able to grow that channel. I'm at like almost at 160,000 subscribers now. Was able to go full time as a creator on that channel. So you can absolutely do it. But I would have grown probably 5 times faster, if not 10 times faster, if I would have just focused on one particular audience.
But your channel always focused on helping creators use their mobile device to create content and be creators. So it made sense that some of those people would own an Android, some would own an iPhone. So are you fragmenting the audience? No, because your channel was never how to help iPhone users become creators. It was how to help mobile users become content creators. And you knew going in that some of it's going to push one way or another. You're still under the same auspice of that value prop. So
I knew
just
going
be
in that was
here.
going to happen. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Yeah.
When I see someone make 200, that's why I have this highlighted, 243 videos is a lot of videos, and they still haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet. I say, if you really want to start moving the needle on this, let's start getting a little more focused and be very true. Let's lose the AI weight loss. Then let's stick to the thing. Find the thing that you do best. And the thing that you do best is usually you can just click on popular and go, well, what's been working? This, when I show people how to make recipes, cranberry scones, when I save time, oatmeal cookies made 3 ways. Awesome. Just think about the recipe end of it and then try not to derail it with other things. When you start derailing it with other things, like your trip to Manson, Washington, has nothing to do with why people aren't here to learn about your vacation trip. They're here to learn about, show me how to cook something. Show me how to make something awesome. Show me how to get in my kitchen and be, the chef that I want to be, the home cook that I want to be. Stick with that stuff.
You asked the question early on. I saw it go by. Should you unlist those videos? I would. Daniel, what do you think?
I would unlist anything. Here's what I do. Unlist anything that is currently performing that isn't true to your value prop. Start there. So go into your analytics and look at your top 20 performing videos and look at them and go, are any of those not true to my value prop? Like if it's showing people how to lose weight, it's a bitter pill, but if it's showing people how to exercise and lose weight, every time that video performs, it's pushing your other content to people who don't care about cooking. They want to know weight loss. So you need to pull that out of rotation. I would unlist those first. Do you need to go through your entire channel and delete and unlist everything? No, just the ones that are being put in front of the eyeballs that are helping YouTube understand who to put tomorrow's video in front of.
So legal-minded friends, Karen Cole here says, so why do we have playlists if not to have various ideas?
Great question. Great question. You have playlists so that you can take these subsections, pillars, or structures underneath your value proposition and separate that content to the same target audience. Now, listen, here is a channel. What was her name? Can you pull that? I want to make sure I'm addressing her properly.
Carol.
Well, if you're wondering about playlists, right? Now, here's a channel that some of these recipes are oatmeal cookies. That's more of a dessert, right? Some of these are scones, right? More of a dessert type recipe. But some of these are chicken tortilla casserole, more of a dinner recipe. So you have playlists to separate dessert, breakfast, lunch, dinner, subsections of the same conversation. How to cook great, healthy meals for your family. Well, I want to know how to make great, healthy breakfast. Cool, right. Break down the breakfast. Well, I want to know how to teach people how to make great, healthy lunches. Cool, break those into a playlist. Well, I want to know how to make great, healthy dinners for my family. Great, cool, break those into a playlist. Well, I want to know how to make great, healthy snacks or desserts for my family. Great, break those into a playlist so that the people who are looking for those separate things that fall under your value prop, but they're separate pillars, right, or buckets that exist under that value prop, but are still true to the idea of teaching people how to create healthy recipes for your family, then you just break them up into playlists. Making playlists that are, one day it's talking about food and the next day it's talking about how to change the oil on your car, you will constantly fragment your channel and make it harder to grow.
Yep. Well said, man. Very well said.
Where are we at? Are we near the end here? We've been going for forever. Why don't we get this thing somewhere? Gift? What do we got? One more gift. I love that's a great one to end on. Let's put that one up there.
Got a few more people.
Type that into the chat.
A little hydration music. He's throwing them bows back there. The Christmas music. Is that what you're doing?
Getting my jam on.
There you go. How many people have advanced so far?
We have in the final. Well, we've had a bunch that won free gifts, which was like, holy crap. We have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but 2 of those 6 are the same person because Carol Lynn Lopez advanced twice. So because she got pulled up twice. So we have 6 but 5.
All right, let's go. Blitzen,
you ready to do it?
Let's do it.
Go Blitzen.
Scully, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well.
Sue, the homekeeping channel. Now, Sue, I'm expecting great things.
Yes.
Sue is someone who is in the battalion memberships group. We've talked before, and she has really been starting to dial in. She's one of those channels that's been around for a while. She's been here before. She's been pulled up on our show here, and she's really been trying to dial in, and I know she's been starting to connect really well. Channel that she was like, I couldn't quite find it, and now recently she's really dialing it in. But, Sue, you don't get any special treatment around here. We love you, but the wheel decides everything. So let's spin the wheel and see what's going on today.
That's right. The wheel doesn't love anybody.
No, not even us. Well, Sue, the wheel loves you because you just advanced into the final round. But I always do that thing. I always want to make sure that we give someone some advice along the way. Look. So I know Sue's channel. Can you take a peek? And can you take a look at anything that's going on here and give some advice to Sue on what you're seeing?
Cheaper candle. Okay, scroll down. Your sink of smells. I love that.
For you.
Okay. Cleaning made simple. Practical tips and solutions. Love it. Good playlist. I love the thumbnails. They're really simple. Keep going.
Going.
Kitchen media. Okay, go up. Let me see shorts. Is she making shorts?
Well,
that's a well-optimized homepage there. You're doing shorts,
man,
which I love.
even the screen grabs from the shorts are pretty darn good.
Screen grabs are good. Let's go into a description of one of the videos. Is she doing pinned comments? She got
let's check out. Let's see what she's got going on here for a recent video. This one was 2 months ago that did 5,300 views.
Perfect.
So let's see. I'm seeing a card. That's a great thing, right? Cards are up there.
Yep.
Let's see if she's doing all the view funnel stuff that we talk about. We get to the end. She's got end screens.
I just want to note really quick, like she's a battalion member, and I'm struggling to find something to improve.
There's almost something to be said, right?
Right?
There we go. Look at this. We've got we have a featured link in the description above the fold with a bunch of wonderful looking emojis to grab your eye. Man, I go down. I'm looking for pinned comment. I'm seeing pinned comment. She's pushing towards more videos. Dude, like what?
Okay, is she replying to people?
Let's see. One reply here.
Okay.
She is replying here. This is a great one. All right. So I think that's a great piece of advice. When it comes to reply, what would you say about replying to comments?
Okay, here's what's going to happen. Right now, you are trying to grow your channel. You're doing everything you can to get that momentum going, to get all those views coming in, to really start piling it up. Here's what I want everyone to do, because it gets more difficult as your channel grows. While you're at the stage where you can reply to every single comment, I want you to do it, because you are going to get to a place where it's really impossible to answer people. You can't get them all. I know at my peak, I was getting between 12,000 and 18,000 comments a month, and I just couldn't do it all. You know, a lot of larger channels will actually hire people to come in and help with comments. But at your size, with some of the views that you're getting, you should be answering every single comment.
All right, I'm just going to point something out. This is my most recent video.
Yeah.
From 10 days ago.
Yeah, you getting it?
It's got just under 5,000 views so far. And if you scroll down, every time I've replied, you will see my face and the blue reply.
Yeah, so something else happens here too. When people come in to leave replies and they see that, if they're going down to the comments and they see that you're replying, people are going to be more inclined to actually leave comments. All of this is engagement. Yeah.
I go out of my way to spend a lot of time. I think if someone's willing to leave a comment, I try to answer the comment. I always try to at least like and heart it. But these are engagement points, and if I can get them to come back and leave another, I mean, when I was smaller, I used to try to engage them more to come back and leave a second reply. But I always try to, you can see, even with a new video here, there's a lot. How many comments are on this video so far? There are 121. Not crazy, but I was able to stay up so far in the last 10 days, you know, with this particular video. It's one of those things. I totally agree with you. I think it can change the way people think, though. Oh my gosh, you took the time to respond to me. So I do like that she hearted everything. She put a heart.
Yes.
But
better than nothing. Yes.
Yep, always try to reply, and always try to see if you can get them when you're small and trying to grow. Instead of just thank you, Don't be afraid to say something that potentially might get them to come back and leave another comment instead of just thank you. Don't be afraid to make them try to laugh. Say something funny. Do anything. Be like, whatever makes sense, right? That would get them to talk again. Just like you would.
This person says very useful. You can be like, thanks. Is there anything else I can help you learn?
Yeah.
You're asking them a question now. And they might come back and say, you know what? I've always been trying to figure out the best way to clean this or whatever. Like at this stage where you're at right now in your journey, the more you can get going in your comments, the better. Ask them questions. Try to make it more personal. Listen, when you're answering all these questions with just something better than thank you, you're going to start building a community they're going to keep coming back. They're going to start replying more to your videos. And again, as your channel grows and Daniel's on top of it, but it gets really hard and it takes up a lot of time. But if you're just getting a little bit of comments like this, you really should be getting to all of them.
Yeah,
that's my advice. Everything else, you're nailing it.
And Sue, you've done us all proud here. We can't even find something to pick on. It's a pretty good channel art. The playlists are optimized. Look at these thumbnails. This is about homekeeping. Everything. The titles are good. You're doing great. There's a reason. Sue recently has started to really pull this channel together, and she's in my group, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm really starting to see some traction. It's starting to take off now. I'm hitting that thing, something she's been wrestling with, because she didn't give up. Step number one. She did not give up, and she's really focusing on trying to apply all these things we talk about. Make it easy for the viewer to understand. Make compelling and simple thumbnails. Make great titles. Really try to build your channel out on your homepage so that it's very true. The minute you see anything out of context, what does this look like? Looks like she's cleaning the hood range, and she's cleaning the television, and she's cleaning out sinks. This is a homekeeping channel. Cleaning.
Check her about me.
Look at even the channel art. Simple. Homekeeping channel, cleaning one space at a time, right? And the about, clean one space at a time. Join me on a journey of practicality and creativity as a homeowner, sharing my real life experiences with home cleaning, organization, all within the confines of my small space apartment. Simple, easy, right? Just everything here. Just showing you, rid your kitchen sink of smells. Just simple tips how to take care of that space that you live in. And smart. And
really
now
quick.
She's what? Yes.
Hold on, really quick. I don't know if that's a play on words like solutions, but if it's supposed to be two times solutions.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know if that's clever.
Spelling area. Solutions.
I don't know if that was intentional, but don't be too clever if that was trying to be intentional.
No, I think she just happened to misspell. Sue, we found a problem. We have a spelling error on your featured piece of content. 2X solutions, it should be solutions. Yeah. But again, I love this stuff. I love even the way she filmed it. Like just the way you immediately start seeing stuff happen on this video. You come here and it's like there's a sink. It's simple. And it's like you start showing you this stuff. It's right to the thing. Right? Yeah, it's right to the thing. Let me show you how to clean this smelly sink. Very simple, easy to understand. Love it, love it, love it. That's a huge win. Love it.
As creators who are trying to get our footing on this platform, it's really easy to overcomplicate everything we're doing. We overthink the titles. We overthink the descriptions. We overthink editing. We overthink thumbnail. Simplicity is the answer to a lot of your problems. Just think about what would the audience want to see? What would they want to watch next? And just make content for your target audience. I know that sounds simple, but as soon as you can kind of get out of your own way and start simplifying everything. Like, look, if you looked at our thumbnails, there wasn't text all over the place. Some of them were just pictures. Really clean, well-lit pictures. That's all you need sometimes.
Yeah, I couldn't say it any better myself. It's the message that your brother has instilled in all of us, that Brian G. Johnson has instilled in all of us. Make it easy for the viewer to understand, and then get in your lane, stay in your conversation, and then keep serving the needs of that viewer week after week. Put them first. Make sure you understand who you're trying to reach and why they'd want to watch your content, and make sure you serve their needs consistently and easily in a way that would makes them want to keep coming back. Do that, and you can win on the platform.
She says, so need that. You're crushing it.
You're killing it. You're killing it.
Look, I had to nitpick. I had to nitpick to find something. That's how I know you're doing a great job. I was looking for spelling errors. Like, I'm looking at comments and I'm looking for spelling errors. That's how good you're doing.
So the big tip here, Sue, is keep doing it. This is the one
Yeah.
that people don't always get. Like, okay, well, I'm doing the thing. Should I be huge? No. Now that you're on the path, stay on the path, keep building consistently, stay true to the form of all the stuff you're doing. With every video, you're going to get a little bit better at it. The execution, the sound, you'll start learning a little bit better editing, all those things. You'll start figuring out a couple of things you haven't talked about that you want to talk about that are important to that target audience. Just stay there. Once you're there, stay there and nail it week after week. Keep hitting it out of the park, and your channel's going to explode, I promise you.
Yeah, and I'll add this to it. So the exterior of everything looks fantastic. I think you're doing a great job. Keep doing that. Stay consistent, and now start working on the actual video itself. That's where you start going to look at your audience retention. Start working on your hooks. Start doing all the stuff within the video, because everything on the exterior looks great. Yeah. So now you need to start diving into the video. How do I get them watching longer? How do I get them to watch that first 30 seconds? Right.
Yeah. Which topics are really connecting on my channel I should come back to more often? Is it more important? Do they want to know more about cleaning the kitchen and the bathroom than they do figuring out how to clean the attic? So when I talk about these rooms, do people connect and engage more often? Then I need to lean on those rooms more frequently, because that's the things that connect with my target audience.
Right. Can I edit faster? Can I trim this video down? Where are people dropping off of my videos? Am I just dragging this out for no reason at all? Can I make things move along faster? Like, once you start digging into the videos and start looking for patterns like Daniel was talking about, man, like, your foot's on the gas and you just keep tweaking it, you're going to keep putting your foot down a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Love it. Love it. All right, so listen, I think we're at the end of the game here finally, so far deep in. We've gone long. It's been a holiday edition. I love it. We're trying to give away as many gifts as possible and prizes as we could today, which we did. I love that we were able to give away so many prizes. But we do have the final wheel spin that we get to give away yet one more gift.
We have a technical question here.
Yeah, sure. Throw it up there.
What camera are you guys using?
Dee and I actually use very similar cameras. I use a Sony a6400 with a 16mm f1.4 lens. What do you use, Dee?
Just to show you what a non-technical person I am. Like, I know how to put this stuff together, but I'm like I just don't even care. Like, it's a camera to me. Hold on, I'll tell you.
He's lying. I bet you I can guess.
I had this.
I think that you're running an A6100 with a Sigma 16mm lens?
A6500.
6500, okay.
Yeah, and the Sigma, what is it? I don't even know what this is.
Guarantee it's a Sigma 16mm.
Yep. So yeah, it's the 6500.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually got three. I run three. The lighting's very low in here today because of the holidays, but I run three different cameras. It's all the same camera from different locations. But I love the Sony cameras. You love the Sony cameras. They work great. Plug in nice and easy. These are the APS-C types. They're not the full frame cameras. Not super expensive. And the Sigma 16mm lens is great for making a small space look really deep. Really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I had to look. We have, so I don't know if you guys watch Nick's channel when I stream with Nick. We have like a large streaming studio over here. We've got tons of cameras in here. So in terms of like, we've got tons of different cameras, different lenses, and all that stuff. So like, I've swapped this thing out a couple times. So like, yeah, I got to look. They're just cameras to me. They're cameras to me, and I'm not that technical. I just know, like, okay, I don't have a lot of room here, and I want a little blurry background, so I know like this lens will do it. So that I'll put that lens on that camera, you know. And I know I've got like the Sony ZV-1, for example. If I've got another setup over here, I know that camera's got to be up close, and I know it needs a lot of light. So I'll bring up a lot of light. I don't get too technical with this stuff.
No, you're better than me. I've been going down the rabbit hole. I blame Brian. He's got me buying every expensive camera that I could possibly buy.
I'm just not a technical person when, like, I know the stuff. But like, I'm not like a camera
I'm not
guy.
techie for, well, I say that. I go, I'm not very technical. Then you look at all the gear we have surrounding us. And
Right,
it's like,
right,
no, I'm not
exactly.
really technical.
Like, yeah, I know how it all works. I can put it all together. I can make it look fantastic.
Buttons
but
everywhere.
I'm just not a technical guy. Like if you start talking lenses and cameras to me, I'm going to zone out.
I love Sony cameras. I think that all the glass interchanges, they have one mount system. They plug into the computers really well. They look good. These are fairly affordable ones that Dee and I are using here. They're not super high-end ones. I have I have Sony A1s and Sony, I've got A7R5s. I've got the more expensive camera bodies, but these ones, just for this, I think they look great, especially with the Sigma 16mm lenses. They look good. They're solid. They're crisp. They do a great job live. I've been very happy with these. I haven't changed these since I built the studio out like this.
Yeah, what I do have, I've got an enormous light right here. Like I can reach out and I can touch.
Doesn't matter. Someone told me that.
I've got an enormous softbox right here, but it's close. I can touch it, but it's huge. So it's really soft. It's close enough that I can touch. And the camera, I could touch the lens right here. So
me too.
the camera is really close. I can touch it. The light is really close, but it's turned down. So the light is turned down, so it's just really soft, kind of washing over me. And I got like another little fill light up there.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Sony lens is really good for low light. Like if I wash too much light, you wouldn't see any of the candles and stuff behind me. So Dee actually helped me build this whole set out in terms of like the look of it. You know, we
was
really
awesome.
spent a lot of time. Like, what does that look like, and getting the lighting right in here. So that same thing. I got a camera right here. I've got an aperture 120D right there that does most of my main light, and everything else is just fill.
Do your top shot for a second and just leave it there.
I don't have that one. This shot I have. This.
Kind of
that one and that.
No, that one. Explain what you've got here for people who might be interested.
Yeah, so real straightforward. Is I'm using just a simple Logitech keyboard and mouse that do that simple MX3. Those work. That's where I do most of the main stuff that I'm controlling. I use an Aston Spirit microphone, which is nice. I can put it on its side because it's a side address mic. So when I'm looking into the camera right here, it's below me. You don't see it. It's not in shot. So I like it being down here out of shot. In terms of the other things I have around here, I have a Roland VR1 HD that handles all of my camera inputs and my audio inputs. So I can click on those and have it do it automatically and change the look. I run two monitors here. A larger screen and a smaller screen, a 1080 and a 4K. Over here is where I spin the wheel from. That's an iPad Pro. This is a Rodecaster Pro that does all the sounds and stuff that we use.
Ho, ho, ho. Oh, boy.
So that's all right there. And then a main mixing board that brings everything in like Megan. So this is where everything actually is controlled from. So Megan has a whole nother desk with her own controls. So if I tell her, Megan, hey, can you join the chat? She has a button that she can answer me. Megan, say something to the people.
I am saying something to the people.
It's real. It's all little pieces that we built over time based on what the needs of what we're trying to do here. So like originally we didn't, Megan wasn't part of, she just handled everything on the outside, but we got to the point where we needed her to be able to punch herself in when we needed her to say something. So I had to build that for her with her own buttons and things. You don't need all this. All you need is a microphone, a camera, and a simple laptop or whatever you're using to get started. And it's all about the idea of what you're building. Build something that really connects with the people you're trying to reach, and then worry about the other pieces later on. Start simple. You can start with something as simple as an iPhone, and you can do amazing things.
So Colorful Tales says, can you also talk about lighting? So I have a video here on the Streamyard channel. If you go to the videos tab and you go by most popular, it's probably within the most top 20 videos, I'm guessing, or at least it was at one time. And I shot this when the world was shut down and I was stuck in Mexico in an Airbnb. And I ordered 3 little lights off of Amazon at the time. And I show you how to make a very, let me pull this up. Hold on
just share the screen right here. So
yeah,
this is the video right here.
Yeah. And I'm in an Airbnb. I ordered everything off of Amazon at the time. The world was shut down. And I was kind of stuck there. And I used 3 little lights, and I show you how I put these all together. And I'm using a Sony ZV-1 to get this shot. Basically, I was stuck in Mexico, and I had to order everything. I think I talked about the little stands that I have too. But I go over the basics. It's like a 3-point lighting system. You don't need 3 lights. You can get away with 1 if you want. You can sit by a window and let the sun come in and light you up as well. But that's a really simple video if you're just trying to learn the basics of lighting. And then my brother has another video right underneath it, live stream set design and lighting tips. His is probably a lot more advanced than mine. So depending on where you're at on your journey, start at one and then maybe move on to the other.
Yeah, good stuff. And all really, really smart smart videos too. I think the idea of lighting and everything that is, it's complex if you don't understand it. And then the minute you stop and just listen to someone who knows what they're doing, it becomes infinitely simpler. It's usually
Holy
about having
cow.
a decent quality light, you know, whether that's daylight or a directional light. Being able to, one thing that I can tell you that Dee taught me when I built this studio, and right now you can see I decorated everything for the holidays. I've got all these like little glistening lights. The thing that Dee taught me when he was helping me set the studio up was you really need to control your lighting. It's the ability to control. You don't want to be in a room like in my studio, everything is blocked off so that everything over on that side, if you look on this, it's all black back there. That's a window and a doorway. I've got them all with light blocking curtains and then media curtains over the whole thing because I want to be able to, I had to build this studio so that it looks like this if it's high noon or midnight. When I come in here to film, there's no spill from the other lights from outside windows and things. The minute you can control the light in the room, start with nothing. The more you can black it out, and then add a nice key light. Just add that like he was talking about. We all have one really nice key light that really illuminates our faces. And if you turn them off, it falls apart, right? All this other stuff behind it is all just fill that's happening, but it's all built around that one great key light that's designed to illuminate the person that's main in shot if you're doing a talking head video. And then everything else you shouldn't be washing out. You shouldn't, that key light shouldn't turn on and then destroy all the lighting behind you because you get everything cranked up. All the lighting that Dee and I both use, our key lights are up a little and everything else is real diffused lighting. They're not real bright. It's the ability to not wash out, not put like a, you know, giant spotlight that floods you with light. You want to control the lighting so that you can feel like everything is balanced.
Yeah. This softbox that I have here, this big light, it's probably this big around, and it's about arm's length away, and it's really low. It's not bright at all. So I have a really big, super soft light.
Yep.
Super, super soft light. And what that does is that soft light just kind of washes over you and it makes your skin and everything look a lot softer. In terms of lighting, think big and think soft. Now, the video that I made is because I was in an Airbnb. Everything is actually tiny. But the principles of lighting is why I want you to watch that video. Not because you need to buy those lights, but because it gives you an understanding of how to light your set. And you, for your main light, your key light, you can actually, you know, get a really big soft light, and they're not that expensive at all.
Yeah, I think the problem that most of us when we start is we're used to going, you know, into a room like you have the room lights on, right? Like at the light of the ceiling and the windows are open, the curtains, and there's light coming through, or the curtains are closed but they're sheer and there's light coming through. The trick is really start from as much as complete black as you can, and then work your way up from like a key light. One light, I have the same thing. I got one key light that's just above me. I can touch it right here and then start building. Get your face to look right and then start filling things in around you and keep the light levels low. Keep them low.
Every room light in here is turned off in the entire room. The only lights that are in here are the lights that are lighting this setup because I want complete control over the light. The curtain is blacked out. So it doesn't matter if it's daytime, doesn't matter if it's nighttime. You're always going to get a consistent look no matter what. And I make sure all the room lights are turned off and only the lights that I want to light my set are showing up. That's how you get consistency with how your light works.
Yeah,
but
so important.
If you don't have that in the budget, you can sit by the window, put a see-through curtain, a nice gauze curtain in front of it, or you can even hang a bed sheet over it, a white bed sheet, soften that sun as it comes through. It's not going to be that consistent, but it's this. Look, the sun is fantastic lighting, but you have to filter it.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. All right. What do you say we spin this thing? Let's get this wheel up here. Let's give away some
Skin
final
that
prizes.
smoke wagon and see what happens.
All right. Where am I going? What do I got popped up here? Hold on. Let me find the wheel. There it is. Is that it? There it is. All right. Share this, would you? Let's give away some prizes here.
Yes, Nikki. I go outside. I got to squint.
There we go. Hooray. Carolyn Lopez, you are a big winner for today. Our final winner at the end of our holiday extravaganza. Make sure that you reach out to Megan at danieldetal.com. She will leave her email in the chat. In case you don't have it, you can come back and check it later. She will confirm your identity and she will send you a link so that you can go pick any single item from the StreamYard catalog of merchandise. We do love the mug. But everybody who's won today, which has been quite a few people, make sure you reach out and Megan will get you taken care of. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us once again on the Streamyard YouTube Channel Reviews live holiday extravaganza. And Dee, thank you for everything you do here, pal. I appreciate you.
Thank you for everything that you do. I appreciate you too. We kind of fumbled coming into this today. We had the little animated graphics at the beginning that I forgot to load because we haven't used them in a year.
To get to find them. Where are they?
Yeah, I had to find them. Yeah, we had to find them. So that was fun. But anyway, listen, thank you. This was a great stream. We went longer than usual.
Nothing wrong with going long. It's the holidays. We're allowed to go long.
Almost 3 hours. So we might have a makeup stream because we missed last month. We haven't talked about what our schedule's like.
This may have been the makeup stream. We went so long.
Valid point, maybe. So this may have been the makeup stream or the made up stream. Or we might have another one. Who knows? But yeah, you might be right. You might be on
lots of fun. So listen, everyone out there, no matter what religion, faith, spirituality that you happen to believe in, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Have a fantastic New Year's. We're going to see all of you guys again the second Saturday of January, doing this all over again, looking at a brand new year, getting psyched up to get out there and start building our channels and hit all new goals that we set for our New Year's resolutions. Get out there, start building, enjoy the holidays, and be ready to hit the ground running when the new year comes.
Wow, that was a positive message. We're going to end it on that. Have a great holidays. Have a great new year in case we don't see you. Mr. Batal, likewise. See you, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.